you're like, oh hi guys, how's everybody doing? It's not like I'm professional or anything else like that, or just some random bloke on the hi everyone, yeah. No. Welcome back to the Common Sense Guys channel, and welcome back to whatever the hell this is going to be, because this is just a little show that we like to do every now and again. And by every now and again, I mean literally once a year, it seems, at the minute. So yay for me for turning up, I suppose. As you can probably tell, I'm here with Jensen Quinn at the minute, and hopefully we get a couple more people in, though, to be fair, I'm not really expecting a lot of people to turn up at this minute for the live stream, simply because it's, well, where we are, it's New Year's fucking Eve. For some people, it's already the New Year, you goddamn Aussies. And for some of you, it's not going to be New Year's for another 5 to 7 hours, you American bongers. Let's just say that, should we say?
Colonial scum.
Yes, and as you can hear, I'm here with Jensen Quinn. And how have you been, sir? While I sip on my red wine.
Yeah, you have a nice drink. Well, I'm doing quite well, and hello to anybody that's silly enough to come and listen to us. I mean, good God, people, it's supposed to be New Year's Eve. Why aren't you doing your level best to be drunk? Right now, I mean, I know you are. Yeah, it's the way you sort of sit there wafting booze around. But anyone watching, why aren't you getting drunk? What is wrong with you? I tell you what, let's create a drinking game. Every time CSG... All right, let's see. Every time CSG pauses and does the because we know he does like to say and you do say so I think we all take a shot every time he ums. How's that sound?
I feel sorry for everybody. If you don't have any shot glasses, like myself, I've got a bottle of Jack. I've got this last little bit of wine that I've been drinking since around about 4-ish. So taking my time with it. I like to savour wine. Jack Daniels, though, no, that will probably go. I've only got probably a third of it left, so that'll probably go tonight. Yeah, so I'm specifically trying not to say that word, but I think I'm going to say that. I'm not going to fall for it, Quinn. I'm not going to fall for it, Quinn.
Okay, good.
But if everybody wants to start, oh, never mind.
Yes. So things have been happening. The world is coming to the end of 2020. We actually made it. We survived, though I would like it noted, it is not bloody fair. I was promised a zombie apocalypse. I still demand my zombie apocalypse.
I'm still waiting for the alien invasion. I literally put money on it. It was 4-1 at Betfred.
Wow.
Still waiting.
Hey,
I mean, it was via Daily Mail, and they did it as a poll type thing on Facebook. But I'm still waiting for it. It was 4-1.
It'd be funny if they did happen. I've got to say. No, well.
Some people, if you want to believe later on in the stream, actually believe that we've already seen UFOs in the world. Now, I'm not saying that people haven't, but just the person that believes that what he sees as a UFO, let's just say it has legs and a head and suspiciously looks like a flying insect. But we will get there. We'll get there.
We're going to start talking about some of the weird shit. We can always end up discussing the Black Knight satellite. I'm assuming you've heard about this?
I've never heard of the Black Knight satellite, which is a piece of object that is almost as old as the moon, that looks like obsidian, that has been flying around, that actually produces a satellite signal or GPS signal that actually is not explained by NASA, and NASA don't like to talk about. Never heard of it.
Oh, that's in that case, as you've never heard of any of these things, I will go out of my way to make sure I tell you. Don't worry.
Thank you very much.
It's good actually having someone who knows what they're talking about. The number of times I've mentioned it, and all you get is, "What's that?" And okay, obviously you can't see their face, but you picture their eyes doing manga impressions and Ooh. And you know the next words that they're thinking? Aliens. You know it.
See, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure on the Black Knight satellite. To me, it looks more like it could be a version of a rock, and that rock could, because it's obsidian, could have some sort of form of iron in it, and that could be why it's producing a sort of a signal type of thing, or a bouncing off signal. But again, I don't know what you're talking about.
Good. Okay. Yeah, no worries. Well, I believe you've put in lots and lots of work to come up with some story ideas. Do you want to melt anyone's brain? And do we actually have anyone out there who wants to talk to us? Because I'm feeling lonely here.
It's
Come on.
surprising. A lot of people think my channel is dead.
Weird.
I mean, it is kind of dead. I mean, this is like the first thing I've done for like 2 months. So it's kind of dead. I can't really blame the poor people. So yeah, it's always nice. Though before I do get into all of the stories and everything, I am actually going to be doing some more stuff next year. Like I generally am. I'm going to be doing quite a lot of stuff next year. I've already got a new theme already set up. But I will have to say that I'm not going to delve into politics as much as I used to. So I'm not going to be doing a deep dive into political analysis or anything else like that. But I am going to start taking the piss out of people I think are stupid. So religious people and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm coming for you.
This is going to get fun if you're taking the piss out of people that's stupid. There are an awful large group for you to target. I think we call them Americans. Yes, that's the term.
Oh, hi, Miss Murder. Love you.
Hey, Miss Murder.
By the way, that was the wine. That was the wine speaking. I mean, I'm not sure who Churchill is.
Me.
Why? You don't have a slip off a lip. You won't even bloody go to hospital when you're told to.
Apparently, no. She's decided I am a ginger version of Churchill. You know.
So she already has to bend the truth to begin with.
Oh, it's American. Next statement.
You are correct. It is American.
Don't worry, she'll probably torture me later.
Or yeah, it's not like you're not going to enjoy it, is it, mate?
What? Me? No. Are you trying to... Yeah, all right. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not calling you a sadomasochist or anything, but, you know, just a bit of BDSM, just a little bit of, bollocks quenching, you know, that type of thing doesn't get you off.
What can I say? I know far too much. Hello, I can hear myself.
To be fair, I know far too little, and I'm happy with that.
Don't worry, I'll send you pictures at some point.
Hey, we all need a good collection for our wank bank, and, well, you know, as he's on the screen at the minute, why not? He's definitely a face only a mother could love. Come here.
I've got to ask, is he having, you know, I'm trying not to swear here, but is he having a shit and is just not telling anyone? Because that is the expression on his face. Severe.
Well, if he was Gary Lineker, then I would say yes.
Wow.
For anybody that doesn't know anything about football, Gary Lineker is literally the only player ever to be in a World Cup final, so in the last echelons of the World Cup, so to speak, so actually at the World Cup, not qualifying for it, to actually go onto pitch and shit himself. And then run around with shit in his shorts and then scored and then wondered why nobody tackled him.
Can't imagine. Ew.
No, not can I. Anyway, that's my useless bit of knowledge out of the way. Everybody, I've got one thing to say, and it's
Okay, so what's this numbnuts done wrong then?
Well, I'll read the story a little bit if I can with the drink that I've already consumed. Now, a lot of people are going to be wondering why I'm doing a football story. One, I actually really like football, believe it or not, or soccer. But this is actually a free speech point. So the Uruguayan, which is Edison Cavani, as I pleaded guilty. Yes, he had to plead guilty to the Football Association. So no actual police or anything else like that. This is just a Football Association. So imagine your work coming to you and your boss is going, you need to plead guilty to this section so we can fine you for something. And you're in the realms of what's happened here. Cavani sent a message after scoring the winner at Southampton, which doesn't really matter, which was actually deleted. And he apologized for, because the Spanish word in which he used when he was talking to his friend. Now, this wasn't a random person. It was a private message to his friend in condolences about winning and saying thank you and so forth, could be construed as being a racial epithet. So out of that, the striker has deleted the post. He's apologized for it, but now he's got a ban. He's got a fine. I believe, without looking further on, I've read it already, but just in case, I think that the ban is for a 3-match ban, which, if anybody knows, you actually get quite a lot of money for playing separate matches, and you got your scoring bonuses or your win bonuses and all the other bonuses that can go on top of it. So he's now been restricted from all of that. He's also got £100,000 pound fine as well. £100,000 fine, not just 1,000, 100,000. Though to be fair, that's just half a week's work for Cavani. But but this is the bit that I found really interesting: is he must complete a face-to-face education program. So the FA, in the point of saying that this is a COVID situation at the moment, has to travel somewhere to go face-to-face to somebody to have a re-education program. Sorry, I meant education program. Sorry, just education. There's no camps involved or re-education. Just educating you on what you've done wrong.
Sure. We believe
yeah. Yeah. But that's the bit that I got really interested at, and that's why I wanted to put this story forward. So Cavani's ban is going to be immediate. So they didn't have sort of a point to try and explain anything to Cavani or do anything. The ban's already been put into place. The fine's already been put into place. And so's this, you must complete your re-education camp. I mean, go to an education program and find out why you've done something wrong. So now it goes into the point of trying to explain what matches he's going to miss. Now, for this purposes, we don't care. I mean, I do, but for the people that watch my channel, they don't. So we're just going to move past that. But I would like to point out that he is completely opposed to racism, and he deleted the message as soon as it was explained that it can be interpreted differently. Now, remember, Cavani is a Uruguayan that used a Spanish epithet to a Spanish friend. Now, put this into context. If somebody started calling you a twat that was Ugandan, can you blame the Ugandan for not knowing what twat actually means in English?
No.
Or the double version of what cunt means?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with this. You have to remember that Cavani, even though he is technically white, or at least looks white, and yes, I am going there, is actually Uruguayan, so he's South American, played most of his football in Italy, and then from Italy went to France and Spanish when he said this. So if he says that he doesn't understand the context of what it is, and he deleted the message and he's apologized for it, why does he need to be re-educated?
I agree with you. I agree. And as the principal officer says, what's the betting you'll be injured, so you miss the next 3 matches? That would not shock me in the slightest.
Sure. I mean, this is only a 5-hour-old story, but this actually happened from the 17th of December. So
yeah,
he's already missed one of his matches, and he's not classified as injured. He's not available, if you want to put it as that term.
The problem they've got is because they've now actually made it a thing. Unfortunately, his career is actually going to take quite a lot of damage from this, because now anyone who decides they want to use it against him, whether he says something or doesn't, it means absolutely nothing. He now has history of doing such things, at which point, it won't be too difficult that, oh, look, his goal is winning. Sir, Mr. Referee, sir, he said so and so, and suddenly, oh, look.
Yeah, and then needs to have a look at the VAR and see if he said something, and if anything remotely looks or lip syncs similar to something that they've said, then he can be sent off, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But even Manchester United are obviously going to come out and they're going to defend him. And they've actually come out and they said, despite his honest belief that he was simply sending an affectionate thank you in response to a glatory message. Yes, there is alcohol in that sentence, leave it be. A close friend, he chose not to contest the charge out of respect for and solidarity with the FA and fight against racism in football. Now, you may sit there, and I kind of looked there and went, oh, that sounds like it's a good point. That's really structured, and that seems like that's a good thing, right? I mean, that's a good thing. But it's not. The reason why it's not is simply because if you know that in the context in which you said a word that does have double meanings, that can be interpreted one way, but you meant it in its other interpretation, then that sets a precedent. And that precedent can then be set for anybody else. Once you sit there and take it, the people that follow you then can't argue against it because you've taken it. Well, Cavani took it. He accepted it. Why aren't you? You must be racist. You must not want to actually get rid of racism. Because even in that case, he said that he was able to accept it, even though he had disagreed with it. And I think that language policing is a very nefarious topic. And I find it really interesting that people go on to political point scoring or political scoring in general. But yet now it's gone down to the point of sports. From somebody that's from South America, so not even white, not even English, is now being pushed forward as somebody that is or isn't racist because he used a word that has double meaning, and the meaning in which they want to punish him for has been pushed forward by the people punishing him, even though he's stated categorically that he meant it the other way, not in the racist way. But yet, apparently that doesn't matter to the authorities anymore. Can this trickle down into work? Is that what happens now? Is that where we are? Is that honestly where we are? Where work can then interpret how and what we've actually said and why we've said it? That's a scary 1984 fucking comparison, my friends. And by the way,
Happy New Year to you, my dear brother. You look after yourself, yeah? Just had to be said. Hey, Memes.
I am drunk. I'm always drunk. I wouldn't be on stream if I wasn't drunk. Sorry, I haven't been checking the chat for a while.
No, I'm keeping on. I'm doing my best not to laugh. But seriously now, Happy New Year to all of you. By the way, we're in the future and the aliens are on their way. We've had communication with them. Don't tell anyone, though. It's a secret. Sorry.
This is why you're not allowed on stream. You give away too much. Oh. Now,
as for your man there, okay.
I mean, he's not my man. I mean, I prefer to go for somebody who's a bit more prettier than Edison Cavani, but I understand where you're going from.
Okay. Well, the argument that he said bad things is a very questionable statement for, like you said, it depends where it's said, to who it's said, and obviously the context in which
Yeah.
it's said. Though they're ignoring the context, they're ignoring to who, all they're concerned about is where. Now, you would be hard pressed to find someone who hasn't said something on one of the various social medias that would, get
Oh
them in
God, just my
trouble.
messages between me and you. Just my messages
Yeah,
between me and you would get fired from any fucking job I ever had.
it's funny, but it's terrible that things are actually like this. Really is.
I mean, the thing is, by the way, people, there is no like even interpretation of racism, just general dog shittery in my messages. But just in general, I can see exactly where Jensen's coming with this.
Yeah.
Oh, good. The interpretation of offence and is the offence given doesn't actually matter anymore. It matters if offence is taken. And if you have offence that's been taken from, given to. Let me rephrase that. Alcohol's not a good thing when you're trying to actually be an intellectual for a change. Let me put that down, eh? But if you're coming to a point of where you're actually, well, alcohol's not good. This is why I don't drink and stream very often. Oh, wait, no, that's a lie. I retract that.
No. You don't stream without drinking. You're not saying it properly.
Well, there is a slur involved.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's go for the past 2 streams that I've watched. You were drinking Jack Daniels. At what point am I lying?
And I would like to point out that I was very coherent. I would like to point out I was very coherent, and that the person I was having an argument with was able to understand my argumentation, and in most cases was able to
You're roboting really badly, mate, just so you know. Well, he's making noises. Assuming people can still hear me. Wow, is he roboting badly? Okay, I'm just going to keep going and hopefully you'll notice. All right. Unfortunately, nowadays you've got to watch everything you say. Now, can anyone think of any book out there? You're still roboting, dude. It's still awful. You do what you need to. I'll try and keep things going for now. Right. Can anyone think of the title of a book involving a date, maybe, that had something to do with communication and interaction with people? Ministry of Speech seems to come to mind. Can't imagine why, but that is the world we've come into. I mean, we have made the joke of 1984 wasn't an operations manual, it was a story. The problem is nowadays it's no longer a story. Too many people out there have taken the idea and are actually running with it as though it was, how things should be. And that disturbs me. I mean, okay, just using the whole free speech concept. You guys are supposed to be all about free speech, but yet free speech no longer exists in your country. I mean, I know that there is a whole statement that you've got the right to free speech, but it also means that you should think about what you're saying first. Yes, okay, I agree. You shouldn't be going out of your way to put it bluntly, be a dickwit. All right? You should try to moderate what you say and not actively annoy people. But yet, certain words, it doesn't matter what is said, it's how it's said that's important, or at least that's how I see it. And yes, sir, we are technically Airstrip 1. And honestly, mate, we're not necessarily that far from it actually occurring, and that disturbs me. Oh well, and still no him. Oh, this is awesome. Anyway, he had stories. There were things. I'm gonna let him deal with the story side. I'm just going to talk at you lot until hopefully he comes back. What I will say is Happy New Year to all of you. All jokes aside, we're finally escaping 2020. For us, we've got 2.5 hours for it to all go horribly wrong. Memes. Legalized dueling is lovely. How about legalized cannibalism? I still think that's a great idea, and even the scientists are now actually doing human meat as a food source. I've been saying this for absolutely years, and they're finally catching on. It's not like, I haven't mentioned it once or twice, every stream. But it's what it is. And yes, I would invite people to come in and talk, but unfortunately, he's the only person that can actually invite people to join. So, yay. Yeah, 2021. I actually, it's funny coming from memes of destruction. I actually saw a meme. It was two people, 2020 is over, yay! We're going into 2021. And then one of them turns to the other. Why can I hear boss music? That's the problem, okay? 2020 has been, to put it bluntly, crap, okay? We've lost people. People have got ill. There's been, COVID, little things like that. And simply put, we have had a really awful bloody year. Can it get worse? I'm sad to say, yes. Yes, it can. It's horrible to think, but it's what it is. And for all of those that are into, history and things, 100 years ago, we were dealing with the Spanish flu. And we just got on with it. People died, people were upset, but we managed to keep the rest of the world going. Nowadays, we've got COVID and everything falls apart. Tell me I'm wrong on this one, because people are not coping very well in something that theoretically, well, I'm not taking away from anyone that's had COVID or has got COVID, etc. But it's not exactly the deadliest of diseases. I mean, its percentage chance of actually killing people is so ridiculously small. It's not actually worth discussing. It really isn't. I'm a bit concerned of how it's supposed to be such a horrific thing when something like 0.9% of people, it's not even 9%, it's 0.9 could actually die from this. No offense to the world, but that's not exactly impressive. Okay, you could look at it by the numbers. Oh my god, that means we're going to lose thousands. Oh, hello. Oh, he's commented. Okay. He says he'll be back. He just had to restart some things. And I have no idea, sir. We're going to keep going until we basically give up and fall over. Okay, granted, he has already given up and fallen over, but we'll do what we can. But yes, we understand, being English, we are the creators of time. We will let you know when it's time for the new year to finally start. Don't worry. And now we wait for the Americans to start taking the piss or slagging me off, whichever one works. Okay. Yep, he's still working his way in. Awesome. So, right, what's happened this year that we can think about that's not COVID? Oh, actually, first of all, congratulations to Britain. We have finally thrown off the EU. There is so very, very much that can be said about this. Not the least being, and I don't know if any of you lot have heard about this, but apparently that all of the things that have happened with the EU and fishing and all that lot only applies to Great Britain. Apparently the Falkland Islands, which are part of England or Britain, aren't protected by it, so they're still planning on looting the fish from there. This is slightly more, this is really worrying. No worries, man. You do what you need to. You look after yourself. Nice to see you, brother. Thank you for coming along. Right. Come on. You can do it, CSG. Get it working. Just have a little read. I'm sorry. What was that, Principal Officer? Being offensive to a creep who creeps into women's changing rooms needs to be abused. Well, quite simply, if a person is willing to do something like that, yeah, they need to be persuaded out of doing highly suspicious things. This is nothing to do with the, oh, you're protecting women rubbish. No, it's all to do with I was brought up the right way. You don't do that, whether it be men or women. People that think that such a thing is acceptable, well, let's put it this way. Humanity created guns for a reason, and as I don't actually have someone here to stop me, I get to say whatever I like. So yeah, guns, good way of dealing with criminals. And of course, don't forget, if you're a real scumbag, I mean a real scumbag, make sure you send the bill for the bullet to the family, because that way they've had to pay for this person's death. Yes, I am that sort of person.
Hi.
Ah, he's back.
Yeah.
Please tell me you
Boomer.
didn't hear anything over.
No, unfortunately the computer was completely turned off, so I have to trust that you looked after the channel.
Oh, I did. Nobody tell him what I said. Shh. Okay, carry on.
I can watch it back, you know.
Yeah, but it'll be too late by then. That's the advantage. I'll be able to
never too late. It's never too late. Right, okay. I was going to do a story about fucking Harry and Meghan Markle, but I'll be really honest with you. The very easy part of this story is Harry and Markle are trying to be like Diana, Princess of Wales. The only problem is Diana, Princess of Wales, actually stuck to her duties, even when she hated the person she was fucking married to. So if Harry is anything like his mum, he's not. And that's as simple as that.
And I'm hoping that with Meghan Markle, they'll find her in the tunnels in Paris. I'm actually completely okay with this. I really am. There you go. I've said what I've said about her.
And so now that I've disappeared from my own channel, my channel is going to disappear now. Thank you very much, Queen. I love you very much, Queen. And the reptilians of YouTube will be forever in your debt.
Are you joking? If by pure chance she happens to be watching this, she's probably sitting there nodding to what we're saying, and you know it.
In this instance with Meghan Markle and Harry, I will say, watching it and looking back from it, my mum's a really big royalist, so she loves the royals.
Yeah.
So she talks to me about this quite often, and so I kind of half know what I'm talking about. You know, you kind of follow. And from all I can see from what Meghan has done to Harry is turn him away from, not even from his family, but you could argue that point, but from his own moral duties. He's now no longer a patron of his own charities. He's no longer a person that deals with the disabled from being a disabled vet. He's no longer a part of that anymore because he's left it all because he wanted to be with some skirt. Now, I'd say that purposely, simply because if your partner is with you, then your partner supports you, right?
Yeah.
So if you're on equal footing, your partner will support you in what you do as well as you supporting your partner. But yet it seems like they've now tried to take the Sussex, the Duchess of Sussex and the their royal fucking prominence into their own markability. Yes, I know, alcohol, great. But it does seem that it's now been taken from what his duties were to now just being, yeah, I'm just another celebrity. I'm just another, I'm a royal celebrity. It's like, no, you're a royal that is a celebrity. You shouldn't be a celebrity by yourself. That makes no sense. Yeah. But that's apparently the way that Harry and Meghan are now. Amazing. And I will, before we do go forward, I would like to point out, I actually think that Meghan is actually quite a nice looking girl. I have no problems with the way that she looks, or for some reason how some people might say about race or whatever the fuck. It's more to do with the way that she's come in and he's changed. Now, you could argue that he's changed because he wants to please her and she has no control over what he does, though I would argue on that point to the bitter fucking end. But you could make that point. And fine, you can make that point. It's in general, this has nothing to do with the way that she looks. This has everything to do with the way that Harry's turned out and the way that he is at the minute.
Yeah, no, I actually agree with you, mate. But like you said, you was going to do that story. We've detailed everything that needs to be said. She is not good for him because, quite simply, she wants more out of the relationship than he does, or at least she wants different to what he does, and she's just using him. That's the problem. Oh, hello, we're doing this.
Well, we are just not at this precise minute in time, but we can. I'm just getting it set up so I know what I'm doing next. Because unfortunately, alcohol is involved, and when you've been drinking since 3 o'clock, it's probably not the best of ideas to then go on and do a stream. I'm probably literally living evidence of this to be true. Just
we should do a debate stream. We really should. It'd be so funny.
No, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't, because I just really wouldn't give a shit.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, whatever else you want to call yourself, we are doing the drinking game. Whenever he says you all have to take a shot. Don't forget that. Oh, this does include you as well. Yep, and there we go.
Oh, right. Let's have a look at UFOs.
Yes.
Let's have a look at UFOs. Let me know if you can hear the sound.
Go on. Yep, it's a bit quiet, but we got it.
Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, we're going to take a look at something quite exceptional that was in a video we reported on a couple of days ago. It was
days ago.
Viewers, I took a closer look at it, and sure enough, there was something else in this video we did about the vortexes seen by the young.
Don't even ask. Don't even ask what the vortexes are.
There's some
Don't ask.
images from that video we did a couple of days ago. Well, while we
those images there are his versions of vortexes. I watch this channel every time I get drunk or something else, so I can say I am intelligent than other people. I'm sorry, but that's generally why I watch him.
It's funny though, isn't he?
He will be. Those two clouds are apparently vortexes.
Okay.
And by vortex, he doesn't mean the actual definition of vortex, by the way. He actually means it will take you somewhere.
Oh,
He doesn't
dear
just mean
God.
where a wind tunnel occurs and it turns into a vortex which forces wind powers to go together. You know, like
Yeah.
Captain Planet.
Yeah. Oh, dear God.
Yeah, I mean, he's a really interesting guy. He does really well with weather. He's really good at weather. Just let's just watch and find out.
We were all looking at the sky, looking at these vortexes. Something went through the field of view very, very quickly. I took a second look at the video, went frame by frame, and found something quite amazing. Went through the field of view.
I'm smiling
in this
for a
video
particular
while
reason
we're
you will
looking at
see
these
very shortly.
vortexes up in the sky. And here goes. It's quite an
I want everybody to realize that when he plays this, he thinks this is a UFO. So just get that in your heads, guys. This is a UFO when he plays what he plays.
incredible flying machine, as you'll see here in just a moment. It's not a bird, it's not a bug, it's not an airplane, and it's not a helicopter. This is the video from the day he was out here looking at these vortexes up in the sky in southern Arizona. And they were quite interesting, no doubt about it. Well, you're going to see really quickly. Now, the first time, you probably won't see it, but I slow it down extremely slow, so you'll get a very good look at it. Get ready. Here it comes.
Did you see it? Sorry, I've been watching top five. I've been watching top fives for a while. Sorry.
So you'll get a very good look at it. Get ready.
I will keep
Here
doing
comes.
this so people can watch and see it. So I missed it.
Did you see that? I'm going to play it again in slow motion. I'm going to zoom in really, really close, and you're going to see some sort of a craft that's only visible.
I mean, from anybody that has any sort of idea about what bugs are, I would call that a moth. But we shall see, right? I could be wrong. It looks like it's a cigar shaped with wings. Yeah. UFO, right? So yeah, that's
like 2 frames.
Let's carry on.
Go very quickly.
Very
through the
quickly,
field
yeah.
of view.
So slow
Here it is
motion,
in
guys. Slow motion. Jack Daniels and
then I
Coke.
go in super slow motion, and then of course I zoom in and I adjust the lighting and color.
Oh! Look what that is. Oh, what could that be?
In the video, and it was some sort of a craft. Don't know what kind.
It was definitely a craft. Look, guys, look, watch
like
it. It's in the top corner up
it's
here.
Way too quick to be a drone.
Oh, look. I mean, look, you can't even see the antenna there, can you? Look, you can't even see antennae.
Sky as they were quite unique themselves.
I mean, what's that, guys?
This shows up. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
It's some sort of like wire.
It's even got wings on it. Look.
Back. It's got a very distinct shape.
It's obviously alien. Everybody knows.
Very aerodynamic looking.
I don't even know,
Didn't
Quinn.
make any
I don't
sound.
even know
We
what
didn't
that
hear
could be.
anything when we were watching the video.
I don't even know what that could be. Oh, second image, guys. This will prove it.
Quite incredible. There's the video.
It's spread out.
When
It's
it
got
went through,
a reflection.
I just put it in
it's gone now.
a couple of I just put in a couple of still clips. Here it is up close. This is the bottom of the craft. It came in at an angle and then turned like that and then disappeared.
It's amazing. Look, that's definitely a proper craft.
But that's
not an insect.
That's not a bird.
And not a distortion of how it distorts as you're going past really quickly on a small shitty camera.
Comes down over the edge. If you look
by the way, this isn't me trying to shit on
the back side.
I'll do this so it's easier, right? I won't try and speak over him. I have a pause button. I am in control here. Whatever. But yeah, I'm not trying to shit on people that believe on UFOs. I'm not. There are very, very convincing cases of such. Very, very convincing cases of such. And I just wanted to point out that this isn't one of them. It's all I want to do. It's just not one of them. Really ain't.
Just want to say one thing, okay? It's obviously one of the Mothmen has come to Earth from the alien planet. Yes. And just remember this about the Mothman. When he was younger, he was known as a Caterpillar Kid. Just enjoy that concept.
Oh my God, my brain hurts.
Thank you.
Oh dear God.
I can do dad jokes. Don't you worry.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not. Let's see what else that he thinks this is. I mean, admittedly, this first image that is obviously very, very zoomed in, and you have to remember that it's a distorted image, so it's going to look weird. But you have what would look like a moth's set of wings there. You also have a head that's right at the bottom where the scroll detail is down here, where you can see me doing the time on it. All right, you got a head thing that's there. You also saw before that there was antenna coming out on the shadows. Now, if somebody wanted to make this to be a UFO, then by all means, you can say it's a UFO. But I think that I can actually identify this and say that it's a moth. I'm pretty sure.
Say they're lights, but there's something circular back there.
Yeah, they're lights, guys.
It's just
Can you
part
see the
of
lights?
Whatever type of craft this is. I have no
I
idea.
mean, I can't, but can
I've
you?
never seen one like this in broad daylight. I've seen triangles in the sky. I think we all probably have, some sort of triangle shadow or something like that. But I've never seen a craft like this. This is probably one of the best ones I've ever seen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I haven't drunk enough to be on his level of believability at this minute in time. And I'm drunk a bit, as you can tell.
I'm sorry. I just got to ask, what drugs is this guy on, and can we get some? Because there is no way he can truly believe what he's saying at this moment. There is no lights. I'm using my imagination. The closest I could get is saying it's, and I'd like it noted, I am bending the truth so much it's insane. Maybe it's a shuttle? Maybe? I don't mean space shuttle.
I could have said that it's a Concorde. I could have said if it's a Concorde, depending on what year it was made. I could possibly go to there. You have that type of head and the wings and whatnot. I could go to that point. But as you said, there's no fucking lights to it whatsoever, and there's no shape above the distortion.
I really am. I'm trying, honestly. And I know quite a few weird ass looking ships, but no, okay, just no.
Again, we're not trying to say that UFOs do or do not exist. I don't know. Jensen Quinn don't know. But the point that we're trying to make out is this is quite obviously not UFO. We can quite easily identify this as a moth or a flying insect. Quite easily. And neither of us are any sort of form of insectologists. Yes, I know it's not an actual word, but shut up. But neither of us are going to be able to identify.
Entomologist. Go on then, entomologist. Get it right. Say it properly,
Yeah,
dude.
well, you know what I'm going to do?
Ouch. That's harsh.
Fuck me. 4.
Yep. That's what you like. Very
Right.
drunk.
And it's not.
I am going to be. It's New Year's, for
not a
fuck's sake.
bug.
It's not a bug,
That is
guys.
some
It's
sort
not
of
a bug.
a ship. And there you can see kind of the round things. There's 2 right there you can see. Now
Oh, look at that. Now he's like inverted the light. You can definitely tell where the lights are. Wait, is that how that works?
I'm trying. I really, really am.
I'm
seeing
really
lights.
sorry to.
Okay.
I need more alcohol for this. I need more alcohol for
Yeah.
this. As I said, I actually quite enjoy watching videos, which is kind of why I go down these type of rabbit holes and why I've seen this video. I actually enjoy trying to work out whether something is or something isn't, or stuff like that, and trying to work out what it is just via the evidence that's put in front of you. And sometimes you can't explain things. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But on this one, I mean, come on. I mean, you can tell where the lights are, right? A little bit further, then we'll move on to the next story.
got
going to be on for.
Brochures on the back.
I want to know what he sees there. What's round? Like generally, like I don't know if you can see, but like where that black bit is there, where it curves up from the white light, it says that there's some circular feature there. I mean, like Jensen Quinn said, I want what he's smoking.
Yeah.
Like generally.
Yeah, well,
I have no idea.
Personally, because of where it is, I'm blaming MC for all of this.
Hey, after all, you never know. It could actually be MC.
Over here, I don't know what those
as the flying object.
There's something protruding from the front and back, and that could be what's sticking out of the back of this thing. It's like
he reckons that that's something that's sticking out. Like you see that you've got your white light there, right? You see that you've got your UFO captures, and if you go down from the captures, you've got the little tail bit that looks like it's popping out. He reckons that is something that is protruding from the insect. I mean, from the UFO. Sorry, sure. I gave away what I think it is.
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry, this dude he's found an image and he's doing his level best. I'll give him points for trying. That's all I can do.
Let's see if he has any other better evidence.
I don't know, a sensor or whatever. I have no idea. This
one here different angle. Oh yeah, this is the one where the different angle shows you what I'm saying beforehand. Even better. Oh, we have an advert for Eve Online, and never mind, it's gone.
Probably one of the best I've ever seen.
Here's the
other craft that was up. Well, it's the same craft. It was just at a steeper.
Right. I know that you can't see it now that I've paused, but see where this head is that's just underneath the ever, right? If you look very, very closely, and I'm sorry, guys, you'll have to blow up your screen, you can see that there's a black line that comes off of its head. And almost in the opposite direction, there's another one. Almost like you would call them an antenna of some description, or antennae, should I say.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong, right? It could be a tractor beam.
No, don't be silly. It's obviously some sort of trans-dimensional detection system.
Or it could be a warp drive.
Please don't suggest this. The guy might actually use that as a reason.
When it came in, steep angle.
Look, he's going in. You can see it better. Oh, look at that. Why would a craft have a white line that looks like clouds where a wing would be? Especially when you have that bit that's right at the end that curves up. I mean, that's interesting, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, I'm
his dealer gave him something. Okay, seriously, guys, I don't know what it is. His dealer gave him something he really shouldn't.
I mean, I don't know any crafts that have the belly and the head that go down and back up again, right? Not like that. But fuselage is generally quite cylindrical, right? So most crafts are going to have a cylindrical point that goes up to another point in a tow of some description. That doesn't seem to have that.
I like what Principal Officer is saying. It's a drunk alien flying upside down. Obviously.
I mean, stop describing me.
Oh, was I looking at the wrong picture? Sorry.
I am a part of this. Wait, is that a good thing?
Sort of that almost looks like a windshield.
I want you to listen to what you just said. What I just described as a possible wing is apparently a windshield.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so close, right? He got the first, 4 letters out of it.
Oh, my God. I think I can see what he's going to do. Does he suggest that this has any sort of connection with Star Trek? Please say no. Please say no. He's going to claim.
It just looks like some sort of a craft of some sort. Made no sound whatsoever. Flew right over the young man filming the video. Flew right over him. And we were all looking up at these vortexes, and it went by so quick. Obviously didn't hear it because it didn't make any sound. But it went by so fast, I couldn't even speculate how fast it was going. More than likely, it was moving too fast for humans. I would say that.
It was moving so fast for humans, but apparently a camera was able to take a couple of centimeters of picture of it.
Sure. Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that cameras can encapsulate how a wing flies on a hummingbird to the point of it being milliseconds of how it goes point by point. I understand that. But my point is that he's trying to say that what flew over him on a normal camera that wasn't a slow motion camera, say even a DSL camera, is a case of it, a human eye wouldn't have noticed it. That's what he's trying to say. It was so fast that the basic camera that this person was using to take pictures or video of the sky, not in slow motion, in general time and relative to that point, was able to pick up this UFO that flew directly over the top of him that had no noise whatsoever, but, you know, looks nothing like an aircraft, but has wings like an aircraft. I mean, most of us would understand that most UFOs are supposed to look either very, very cigar-like as a general conception or very, very cylindrical. So where does this aircraft fall in? Is it a grey? Is it a reptilian? I mean, I'm letting people know way too much about what I do in my spare time. Moving on.
AMBR.
I don't know if this was some sort of an unmanned craft. This is something from space.
It was definitely fucking unmanned, mate. It's definitely unmanned.
Sharing it with you. It's my first time ever seeing anything quite like this in broad daylight.
Yeah.
It is again.
I mean, look.
Vortex.
Can people see where if you look where the head is now, like that, just where the clouds start going through, so level with the E in one going down, you can quite clearly see that there's a black cylindrical point, probably just above halfway going back towards the main body, right? If that was some sort of craft, anybody that believes that this is or could be a UFO, which it may be, what the fuck is that? What is it? If that's part of the craft, what the fuck is it? What part of the craft is it?
I'm gonna guess he's going to probably try and claim some sort of sensor system, and that is only because I've watched an awful lot of crap about ships and whatnot. He's going to claim sensor, I reckon.
He doesn't even pick it up, my friend.
Oh God.
He never does. He never picks it up. He's this person that loves to supposedly analyze the whole of the videos and do everything in the videos. Where, as he's done at this point here, you can quite easily see that there's a head at this point in line with the E on the one. Going back, there's the body. There's the legs right at the end that are coming out, where any insect that was flying would have its legs flying out behind it, like most birds and everything else that flies naturally does. And then you have a wing with a line breaking between the air, as most wings would do on an insect. But yet somehow this is a windscreen for an unmanned aircraft. Not my words, his words. That's a windscreen for an unmanned aircraft.
Yeah, no. Okay, just no.
I just want to sing one of the songs from my favorite Rocky film. And it goes a little bit something like this. I just want to know why there's no easy way out. Because I mean it in a nice way, my friend. You can analyze this until you're blue in the face. But if you contradict yourself with an unmanned aircraft, alien aircraft that has a windscreen or whatever you described it as, why would it have that? If it's a spaceship, why would it have a windscreen? It wouldn't need one. If it's unmanned, why would it need a windscreen? It wouldn't need one. Anyway, I think I've wasted way too much fucking time on this, to be fair. Wasted way too much fucking time on this one. I enjoy talking to crazy people. I mean, people. All right, people. But in general, I just can't abide by that. I love the idea of talking about aliens and things like that. I'm one of the main people that would ever talk to you about that. I've talked to Quinn about it. I used to do a conspiracy show about it. I love talking about those types of conspiracies. I may not believe them all, but I love talking about it. That one, I couldn't even start a conversation up being in earnest about that being an alien spacecraft. There's just no way.
Well, you have always said that you will do your best to try and fit in the opposite side to a conversation. Try to become that person and argue that
I can't.
that is a ship. Go on.
I can't drink that much, Quinn. I can't drink that much.
Oh dear.
And
That's
you've
fair,
seen me
I
drink
suppose.
a whole bottle on stream before of Gentleman Jack. You've seen me drink the whole bottle of Gentleman Jack on stream before. I can't drink that much that quick, mate. I just can't. I can't get there.
To be honest, if you drunk enough to actually try to make sense of this guy, your kidney would climb out on its own and go, I am done, and be last seen heading south, and you know it.
Well, fall on the kidney then, because I have another one.
Hey, it's leaving you a spare, be happy.
Well, that's why I
Actually,
said
no,
I've got another one. It's fine. It's when the liver fucks up. That's when you have a problem. When the liver literally comes up and says, "What the fuck are you doing?" That you know you fucked up.
Yeah.
And I mean this in a nice way. Speaking of fucked up, I mean generally proper fucked up, not mine and Jensen's fucked up. I mean like general Southerners fucked up. Oh, fuck off with your shoes. Nobody cares about fuck off your shoes. So a 29-year-old man murdered his 25-year-old cousin after she spurned his advances at a Christmas party. And then he attempted to kill her close family so he could move on from the rejection. Just put that into perspective.
One moment. Has to be done, sir. Ding, ding, ding. Carry on.
Oh, you need to do it a hell of a lot longer from that. I wouldn't even call this backwater. This is hills have eyes type of backwater shit.
I mean, this dude is like second cousin to this woman, and that
no, you're adding. No. You're adding second cousin. This is a cousin.
Oh, good point. Yeah, that means if he was killing her close family, he was basically killing his own family. This man is whole new levels of. He's weird. Oh my god, I've worked out who it is. It's the same guy who thinks that moths look like alien spaceships.
No, he's in Mountain Time, so he's actually in Utah, that type of area where this is more south, should we say? But yeah, we're... Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. Oh my Jesus, I just read it on. Oh dear. A man who had a crush on his distant cousin, so it is a distant cousin, I was wrong, is accused of murdering her and her entire family after she rejected his advances at a Christmas gathering in Austrian Alps.
Mm-hmm.
So the victim, yeah, whatever, was living as an exchange student with her sister who lived with her husband and daughter. So she was already a woman, let's say that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure that if she wanted something, she would have been able to take it if she wanted it. So let's just leave that one as well. But the story in itself is just absolutely crazy. We're distant cousins. We should fuck. No, we shouldn't. We're family. Well, in that case, I'm going to kill you. I mean, I'm not even exaggerating, guys. That's the story.
it wouldn't actually be so bad, but he's telling the truth, people. Okay, this person, seriously, why do I feel the urge to think Alabama whenever I hear this? I don't understand why.
The two sisters and second cousins, so they are second cousins, you are correct,
Hmm.
of the alleged killer, and all three of them are originally from Honduras.
Yes.
I mean, is that the hick of the South Americans now? Is Honduras the South American hick area? I don't know that. She is kind of nice, but I mean, even if she's your family, you go, yeah, she's all right, and then run away.
Isn't I'm sorry, but no. Family. I
What, no
mean,
to the running away, or no to saying she's nice?
no to having anything in the way of sexual thoughts connecting with your own bloody family, man. I mean, that's
Oh,
just
come on.
wrong.
You need to drink more.
Dude, I could not get that drunk. And you're talking to someone who uses absinthe as his preferred drink, and I can't drink that much.
I mean, to be fair, I'm only saying that because she actually looks kind of pretty, and she's definitely nothing to do with my relations. But in general, no, I'm with you.
I mean, is she good looking? Sure, whatever. But family, that is literally all that needs to be said. Family. Anything beyond that, and you just start stepping away.
She even let him down nicely.
Hmm. Hello,
She even let him down nicely.
Good. By
She let
nicely,
him
you
down
mean
nicely.
hit him in the head with a baseball bat.
No.
What?
I'll highlight it so people can read it with us. She told him that she already had a boyfriend and was not interested in starting a new relationship. I mean, I've been rejected by people. I was going to say a lot, but yeah, okay, yeah, I've been rejected by a lot of people, and I've never been rejected that nicely before. Like, I've had the first part, but the second part was normally fuck off. Never,
Yeah.
I'm not interested in starting a relationship just yet.
It does make you worry because the way she said it was almost as though, but if I didn't have a boyfriend, maybe the two of us could. So you might well be right about Honduras being Alabama of the Mexican area. That's all I'm saying.
South American, you mean? Yeah.
I know what I said.
Okay, but no, I'm completely not with you. It does seem that she was letting him down really, really nicely, and maybe even a consideration of a possibility, maybe. But maybe she was just realized that he was crazy in general and did it that way for that reason.
Yeah.
But after the rejection, he reportedly told police that he wanted to move on, and that the only way to do that was to eradicate all traces of her and her family. I mean, just before we even tackle that sentence, if that was true, why did he not kill every single aspect that was linked to her family? So, his dad or mum. After all, wouldn't that be traces of her family?
He could have just saved time and killed himself. I mean, this fits all of the necessary things here. He's part of her family. Again, see, don't get with your family, not a plan. He just shot himself. It would have saved us all a lot of effort, and a lot more people would still be alive. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Completely and utterly right on that one. I just read what the next paragraph is, and we're going to miss what the next paragraph is because I don't think YouTube will let us actually read that. But yeah, basically, he killed her twice or murdered her twice. One by taking her life with his own hands, and then using another instrument afterwards to do that.
He's a charmer, isn't he? A real keeper, you can tell.
I mean, you can't understand why she said no, right?
Makes no sense to me, Governor. Dude, there are some seriously messed up people in the world. I mean, I know that there are weirdos out there in the world, but there is a certain point you've got to go, I'm done with this sort of weird. And this person, yeah, they achieved it.
I mean, let me put it this way. Hello there, Lewis Rhodes. How you doing? I haven't seen you before. Good having you on board. Let's put this in perspective, right? Let's say, for instance, that we all had enough alcohol, and for the alcohol point, for anybody still playing the game, but let's say, for instance, we had enough alcohol to put ourselves into his position. Somehow, right? And this is a hypothetical, but somehow we managed to like our second cousin. And, you know, we went up to her or him and we said, yeah, we really like you. We want to pork you, so to speak. And then she said no. Right, we've got into that position where we're there, right? We're thinking it's a good idea. Now, that's probably taken a lot of drugs and that's probably taken a lot of alcohol. But let's say we're there. After you've been rejected, how do you get to the point of then luring her downstairs to a basement, strangling her till she's dead, and then stabbing her afterwards, then luring the rest of her family down to try to kill them? How do we get from I've been rejected by my cousin, I should now kill the whole family? I mean, I wouldn't ever, but I can understand how you could find a cousin attractive and then propose something to them. I could get into that mindset. I'm not saying I ever fucking would, but I could. But I couldn't get to the point of, okay, I've been rejected by my cousin, I should kill her and her family. This makes sense to me. I mean, I can't. Anybody?
Yeah. Principal officer made a point. Maybe mixed up cousin for mother. That's the worrying part. What if they did? I mean, let's look. All right. The infinite genius that he is, he's decided to take out the rest of the family. Let's all give prayers that he didn't try to do other things with the family, whether it be first or later. And yes, that's right. I'm sad to say my imagination has gone there.
I'm not surprised. It's something that you generally would. Most psychopathic murders normally have a form of sexuality involved in it. Just doesn't normally mean it's a normal form of sexuality.
Yeah.
But I just can't get where that leap comes into play, though. Now, I'm not saying I ever would, and I really wouldn't. I want to read everyone. I really wouldn't. Like Jensen Quinn said, it's family, so it doesn't even cross my mind or any other body's normal mind. But let's say, for instance, you had a really fit cousin, and you had those types of feelings where you thought, "Yeah, okay, I'm going to ask her." I could understand that thought process, right? I'm not saying I condone it. I don't. I really don't. But I could understand that thought process. What I can't understand is I've been rejected, so I'm going to kill her and her whole family. That's like going to a nightclub, buying a bird a drink, and then going, "Do you fancy some?" and then killing her and her whole family when she says no. But I just don't get where that fucking leap comes in, right?
Yeah. You definitely don't want to take this person to the pub just in case they go a bit, even more crazy than you were expecting them to.
Fuck, could you imagine if you lost the game of pool?
Oh dear God, that's actually a terrifying thought.
I know, that's why you had the nervous laugh afterwards.
Yeah. And yes, Cap, it is quite surprising. It's not West Virginia, but come on, dude. I mean, you got to admit, you can hear the banjos playing, can't you?
Bing, bing, ding, 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 bing, 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 bing. Sorry.
Be careful, you're doing the music of my people. By the way, I have heard someone say that. I'm not saying who. That shouldn't be difficult to work out.
To be fair, the only person I know that used to say that proudly is no longer with us, unfortunately.
Yeah, he did. He actually said that. That's the funny part. But yes.
All right, moving on before I start to fucking cry.
Yeah.
So yes, there's actually been. I know that after looking at the stories that we just looked at, most people are going to go, "Why have you put this in here?" But the reason why is because it's actually really fucking interesting. In the permafrost, that's actually freezing. Is actually defrosting. They actually found a woolly rhino that is almost perfectly preserved. Like generally, when they found it, it looked like it could get up and walk. It was that well preserved, and it's over 50,000 years old. I don't know if you can see that. That's how it looked when they first found it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it looks like it's a fucking piece of rock. Remember, it's 50,000 fucking years old. Not in too bad of a nick, right?
Just so as it's been said, this means it's actually older than MC. If you know who MC is, you can say that I said this.
If you know MC and he's not here to defend himself, tell him he's a cunt.
And if he is doing himself, tell him he's a cunt anyway.
No, tell him he's a fucking cunt. By the way, everybody,
Yep.
So the remarkably preserved carcass of an Ice Age era woolly mammoth has been unearthed by the locals in eastern Siberia. The rhino was revealed by the melting permafrost in, I have no idea, Adabaski region of, I'm not even going to attempt that one, in northeastern Russia. With most of its internal organs intact, the rhino is among the best preserved animals ever found in the region. Now, one of the things that I really wanted to talk about on this story wasn't the fact that they found it and how well preserved it is. Now, that in itself is an amazing structure, an amazing feature of this story in itself. Just remember that we actually have genome masking and genome mapping, which means that the DNA that's actually struck from the internal organs and how this is preserved can actually be reconfigured and cloned if they wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't it boggle your mind?
Sorry.
Doesn't it boggle your mind? What's being said?
You sure got a pretty mouth. Sorry, it's the thing is, I don't think you're actually thinking of it quite as badly as I am. Just imagine this: what diseases does it have? Oh God, he's falling apart here. What diseases?
No, because I really want to do the actual. I really want to do the actual impression of what Captain Copile just said.
Do it.
You sure got a pretty mouth.
That's disturbingly accurate. That's the problem. No, seriously, okay. All these people that are going around digging up this, that, and the other from the tundra and whatnot, are they not considering the fact that humanity probably hasn't actually got a resistance to the diseases that these things may or may not have?
I disagree.
Okay, go on.
You have to remember that we were actually hunting woolly mammoth at that point in time. Remember, we were around about 60 to 70,000 years ago. Yep. So we would have developed a resistance to be able to hunt them and eat them.
And my argument is this: the people that were around then may have. I'm talking the modern person probably wouldn't actually be able to cope with some of the things that are on it. I could be wrong. You may well be right, and I really hope I am wrong here.
Well, I do know that there is a lot of, if I remember correctly, it's a form of anthrax that is actually being released by the melting of the permafrost. And a lot of people are obviously worried about the fact of what else is underneath the permafrost, that when it melts and it releases into the air via the spores, how will we be able to survive with how many diseases that have been put forward that we don't have a vaccine to, that could and probably are stored in the permafrost? If it melts all away, what diseases are stored there?
Yeah.
And that's without what you said about what comes on the actual animals.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Sorry to put it down on it. I just wanted it said. We don't know what it had. Just a little bit of caution strikes me as a good idea in this situation, don't you think? But I'm
I
looking
do.
at
It's just a shame that the gentleman from the last story didn't have your precautions in that.
I'm just hoping that that white stuff covering the body is snow and not what he left behind. Yes.
I mean, is that too soon?
It's never too soon. Trust me, I've made jokes about the bombing one of Ariana Grande's.
Oh, don't even get me started. I fucking saw a story on one of the jihadi mums that were around. There's actually said that they were fucking all to do with what was it? They were victims of war. 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds, 9-year-olds. According to her, they were victims of war.
Wow. Okay.
But I didn't want to do that on this joyous occasion of passing New Year, so I'm going to move away from that one.
Yeah, we'll come back to that when we're doing a debate on the Red Eye at some point because, damn.
I mean, should we just rename Red Eye to Common Sense Guy versus the World?
I was actually going with that as a plan, but I wasn't going to. Why are you laughing? I've meant it. Anyway.
I know you did. That's why I'm laughing. I know you did. That's why I'm laughing. I mean, I'm down for that, but I'm not sure you should really do that on the Red Eye then.
I was so. Oh no! Have you not seen the old Red Eyes and what they were like? Trust me, that would probably be one of the more normal streams. If you were tanked out of your skull and joined in, you would still not be as bad as half of the people on there. Do I really need to remind you about Cabby? Honestly.
No, I'm with you. There's been many a stream that I believe I had a debate with MC and Mad Dodge about abortion and euthanasia, and it's really funny when MC actually tells Mad Dog to mind what he's saying and be careful what he's saying because he can use it against you on the actual live stream.
Yeah, that's fair. Funny, but it's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go back to the rhinoceros, and no, not you, MC. But I mean, you can see how it was stored in the permafrost. How that's kind of looks like it's a proper animal. You could tell it kind of looks like a juvenile, maybe a horse, something like that, right? Now we know it is a rhinoceros, but you know that's what you would kind of get from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the same thing. You can tell where the ribs are. You can tell where everything is. Just remember that science is so far advanced at the minute that even with that, they would be able to clone that direct animal.
Scary, isn't it?
It is. It is really fucking scary. Look at how detailed that the fur is around near the face, where you start getting the bone near where the face is. So right down where I still go to Spain or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can see how detailed the fur is, how black the fur is, where it doesn't have any mud on it.
Yeah.
And that's from a 20,000 to 50,000 year old rhino, woolly rhino from Russia.
I don't believe I'm actually going to say what I'm about to say, but I might as well be the person that says it. We really need to rethink what we're doing when it comes to cloning. Yes, I know I'm saying this. Trust me, it makes no sense to me either. But we need to rethink what we're doing. We do not need to put in species like this. To put it bluntly, they died off for a reason. It's probably a good idea to let them go, people. But no, humanity won't do that. It will want to bring things back because humanity.
Oh, just look at the idea of Jurassic Park.
Exactly.
A lot of people think that that's just a complete fiction, but it's not a fiction in the sense of what we could do. That is something that if a person that was rich enough, that had enough backing with it, and in international waters where there was no government to tell them what they could and couldn't do, that is something that a Hammond type person could quite easily envisage and do.
I have
And
to
that's
point
a
this out.
scary subject.
Why do I see Elon Musk as we describe this? That's all I'm saying is I can, I'm not wrong,
I
am
get
I?
it. No,
Yeah.
I get it. It's just I'm actually really happy that it comes to the point of he's looking to space at the minute rather than what he can and cannot do.
Yeah, me too. That
Right.
guy
I reckon that
doesn't
now
have
what we've
that
talked
thing.
about. Go on.
Okay, he doesn't have that little thing in his head that says maybe I shouldn't do this. So while he's thinking about space, there's lots of room for us to not have to worry too much. He can build whatever he likes on alien planets. We don't care. You start building that shit down here, things are going to go horribly wrong.
Hmm.
Go on,
I mean, at least he's not the guy from the other story, right? Otherwise, his inhibition to stop himself from doing something wouldn't be there. To be fair, I'm really actually surprised that the person from the last story actually hasn't killed anybody else. Because surely that can't be his first rejection, right?
Yeah.
Because if that's his
I
first rejection, then ooh.
Yeah, I would point out it's more that we don't know whether or not he has.
Yeah.
That is what I'm not trying to cast aspersions on the guy. I'm just saying that the information as given is that is his first. I will be very surprised if it is.
Ooh, I mean that's not nice. I mean, he had his first, and then he popped his cherry with so many other family members at the same time.
And we're back to
That's
playing
not
the banjo.
nice, Quinn.
Okay.
You got a pretty mouth.
Dear.
I would want to point out though,
Yeah.
a question that we should actually have for anybody that watches later or whatever. Should we actually clone back species that have been made extinct? So should we bring back something as stupid as the dodo, for instance? Is that the same thing as bringing something back like a plesiosaur or a tyrannosaurus? Or is the idea of bringing something back something we shouldn't do? Or is there possibilities of good things that we should do with it?
Okay. No, we shouldn't.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm going to be blunt. No, we shouldn't, and I'll give you a good reason. If it's dead, it died for a damn reason. Okay, things that are dead should stay dead. And yes, I do realize what that sounds like coming from me, but it's true. If you bring back things from the past, you're bringing back a new species onto a planet that no longer has a way of dealing with it. At one point, they were talking about bringing back the Tasmanian tiger or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take it you heard about that one.
Yeah. To be fair, they're not even sure if it's anyway. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, no, they was actually seriously considering bringing that back, but thankfully they didn't. For one simple reason, okay? Let's say they brought it back and somehow you managed to make sure that humans don't do what humans do, which is go off and basically wipe them out. no offense to humanity, it's kind of what we do. We're good at it.
Yeah.
Which means we are.
No,
We've now
I can't deny that.
yeah. We've now got a species that is going to obviously need to look after itself. So it's going to feed off of something, which means whatever it's feeding off of will probably be wiped out because it doesn't necessarily know how to deal with the Tasmanian tiger because it hasn't had the genetics of growing up dealing with said creature. Now, yes, I'm willing to accept that down in the Antipodes there are
very quickly, just to back up your claim.
Yeah.
Up in Scotland, they have red and grey squirrels, and they have reintroduced the idea of the pine marten into Scotland's forests. Now, the pine marten and the red squirrels, from an evolutionary point of view, used to be predator and prey. So, from an evolutionary point of view, they actually know to avoid each other by smells, by seeing things, and so on and so forth. The grey squirrel, by evolution, didn't know what to do with a pine marten. When they worked out, when it was reintroduced as pine marten, the red squirrels would actually, and grey squirrels, would go to this specific feeding area. When the pine marten was introduced to that feeding area for the squirrels, the red squirrels wouldn't go back to that feeding area for 2 to 3 days after that pine marten smell was put into place. Grey squirrels didn't care. They stayed there and they were hunted and they were killed. Red squirrels weren't. So they're actually thinking of putting pine martens back into general population to get rid of grey squirrels so red squirrels can actually integrate into their natural habitat again. So just to back up what you just said, by evolutionary points of view.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it was a pointless fact, but it did actually back up what you said.
No, thank you. As I say, my point is that this creature is going to come back into an environment that it was never part of, or at least it, so long ago that you may as well treat it as never being a part of, which means the species we've got put down there, and let's be fair, we have spread an awful lot of critters from our end of the world down to that end of the world. And let's be honest, the world doesn't know how to deal with it. I mean, let's look at Australia and rabbits. There's a whole conversation to go on about that. But if they create this creature and it goes off on a hunting spree, it decides, "Ooh, I like the taste of X." What if X is, for instance, I don't know, the common house dog? For all we know, that could taste like the sweetest of meats to this creature. Yes, I realize I am going for a worst case scenario here, but that's just it. I'm going for a scenario that is possible, and that is all it takes. It's a possibility of it being true. Suddenly, dogs are getting wiped out down in Tasmania. You could say, who cares? It's Tasmania. It's not going to be that long before some genius, by genius see the word idiot, captures one of these creatures alive and takes it to another country. I'm not looking at the Americans when I say this, honestly, Governor. Now, imagine if that goes over to America, breeds with some of the creatures in there, and you get a lovely little mutation of the Tasmanian tiger. No, I can't see that going badly. Can you?
Yeah. I mean, I understand exactly what you're saying, but to put my science cap on for just a second, I don't think that you would be able to have the Tasmanian tiger, which is a marsupial, be able to breed with dogs, wolves, coyotes, or any other canine species or feline species simply because of the difference. But I understand your premise.
Yeah. The point is,
I just wanted to put my science cap on for a second.
Yeah, maybe it can only breed with the other marsupials. It's not like there are any other marsupials anywhere in the world nowadays. We've only moved them around to pretty much everywhere. Humans are a wonderful thing like that. We take them as prisoners. We take them back to our zoos. And, well, let's be completely honest. you could sit there and argue whether or not marsupials would ever be found in England, and then go to London Zoo and go, oh, there's entire habitats for them there.
I know. I completely not agree with you on that notion. I still actually agree with you in general. Introduced to slow decline of red squirrels. No, grey squirrels, Lothar. They've been introduced to sort out the decline of. Yes. Sorry. No. Your question is correct. Yes. Yes, your question is correct.
The grey squirrel was actually brought over to England from America, and unfortunately, it was quite good at what it did and was wiping out the red squirrel. That's why you don't see many of those anymore.
Well, oh Jesus, I can't believe we're going into this.
Mhm.
The actual grey squirrel didn't actually kill off directly any red squirrels. They don't fight each other.
No.
The only thing that a grey squirrel actually does is it outcompetes for food, habitation, and general living than what a red squirrel does. It's much more bigger. It's a much more active squirrel species, so it outcompetes the red squirrel. But anyway, yeah, that's squirrel terminology, guys. Happy New Year.
You know, if we actually had TA or TC here, they'd probably be sitting there agreeing with everything we say, seeing as they're kind of into their squirrels.
Hey, everybody likes a good squirrel.
Hey, what can I say? Certain people like having their nuts chewed. And I'm just going to leave that there.
They do, don't they, Quinn? They do, don't they? Oh dear, dear, dear.
Yes.
Oh dear. Right. We're gonna watch this. Oh, hang on a minute. I just realised I did not do what I wanted to do properly.
One sec. Enjoy this one, people. This is going to be interesting. Carry on.
It will be when I remember to share the fucking audio with it.
That would help.
Well, yeah. So I'm sure that people can realise this is the last one that we're going to do, but couples who have never met in person play Truth or Drink. And this is from Cut. So let me know if you can hear this from the beginning and we will continue.
1 to 10, how horny are you?
I think
I mean, that's a question that you just fucking ask somebody right off the bat that you've never met, right?
Mm.
Hey, Jensen.
You know the answer to that, CSG.
I do, and that's why I'm finishing the question.
Good.
this question. Is there a number higher than 10? Can we go above 10?
I mean, I just want you to go back a bit.
A number higher than 10? Can we go above 10?
I want you to watch her face. Like, after she says the last bit, right? I want you to watch her face after she actually finishes what she says. I want you to look at her face. Now, I'm not saying that girls are not sexually active. They obviously are, and most of them are actually quite confident in their sexuality, and so they should be. There is no difference. I'm completely and utterly for that version of empowerment. But just watch what she actually says and what she actually does with her face.
Above 10.
Oh, fuck me. It would be nice if I actually did it properly, right?
Above 10.
Fuck me. All right.
On a scale 1 to 10, how horny are you?
I think you know the answer to this question. Is there a number higher than 10? Can we go above 10?
I don't know if you saw, but did you see how her face just went almost completely blank after she said that? Almost like she knew that that's what you wanted her to say, but it was a kind of like, why the fuck are you asking me that question for?
Yeah.
Almost like a distance of in, why? Why do you need to know that? I don't know. Maybe that's just my overreading of things, and it just got me how, personally, I would have said that if they met in person, he weren't getting none.
Oh my God. So what you're telling me is that's his cousin. Gotcha.
Well, no, because if he was actually going to do that, he would have got some just, after. Yeah. Just after. I need more drink because I can vouch for the fact that I'm probably going to say a lot of ums and ahs in this.
Let's be fair, you're probably going to Oh God, most of all.
Well, we shall see. We shall see. And as I'm the host, you fuckers have to wait for me to finish pouring. So enjoy. And that will do. Play. Well, that's me copyrighted.
Hi, I'm Blaine from Cut.
Hey, Blaine.
I'm Judy.
I'm Decan.
Wait, are they in a freeway or did this just get really awkward really quickly?
No. It's not awkward. One just likes watching. That's all.
Is that the Chinese guy?
That's a Chinese girl. That's the problem.
I mean, okay. I mean, would I? Carrying on.
How do you guys know each other?
Met on Tinder.
Met on Tinder.
Right, so they're going to ask how these guys met and so on and so forth, which in actual fact, they haven't actually met in person. They're just internet dating. So you remember when you were like 13 or 14, if you're like over the age of, say, 25, you probably met somebody on Habbo. Yeah. For anybody that doesn't get the joke, which I can tell Jensen got it, just imagine that you just were playing around with cartoon versions of yourself on Run Escape. Yeah, that kind of fits.
Oh God.
Tinder, yes.
Yeah, we met each other.
Oh, Jesus.
on Tinder.
How the fuck did that happen? Why are there so many Asians? I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's kind of hot, but why?
Just in case it's confusing, I don't want you to get too confused. But you know that both of those creatures with the dude are female. Okay, just saying.
I mean, as you said before, I can watch, right?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm confused.
Tinder.
Roughly
Tinder.
over a month and a half ago.
Did that happen?
Wait, they met over a month and a half ago and they're now doing a video on Cut about what they would do if they were drunk?
Yeah.
How? I mean, you must know somebody in Cut, right?
Well, the way you automatically go to blaming me.
I mean, I wasn't blaming you. I was blaming him because, like, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I paused it on a point where the white guy kind of looks like he's trying to not be happy and kiss somebody.
And during quarantine when you guys met?
Yeah, it kind of.
Fucking hell, don't bang your head on the computer, lass. For anybody that didn't see,
You guys met?
Wow.
a little bit back, a little bit further, all right. I think I need to go back a little bit further, but there we go. Right,
Each other
watch her,
on
not her.
Tinder.
Roughly
Her.
over a month and a half
Watch.
ago.
Did that happen during quarantine when you guys met?
Bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang.
it kind of
Yes,
took off.
yes, it did.
What is it that tells you this? You must be psychic. You just took a guess, didn't you?
To be fair, I haven't actually watched this video. So
Oh.
anything that I do say or do see is completely and utterly because it's that fucking obvious. Carrying on.
Off like day one.
So over spring break, I was visiting California and happened to be in the same city as
Were you?
So basically, she was the one who got away. I just want people to put that in their mind for that instance. So her and the other girl, you were the one that got away. And let me put this to the men out there, because I know that most of the people that watch me are men. There are a couple of females, and hi! But for the men out there, do you remember when you saw somebody and you were like, oh, I could have, and then you found out that they were interested, and that just made everything fucking worse, right? So you just wanted to, find where they were, just to find out what was going on. Kind of where she is. Yeah, we matched when I left. So, I had to find her, right? Just wanted to point that out there.
Yeah.
Bummed about that.
I mean, yeah, I wish I could meet her like a normal Tinder date.
I've always been kind of skeptical.
Where did these two come from? Why does everybody, like every other couple, one person has the fucking ball ring in their nose? Like literally the Asian lash on the last one had the ball ring in her nose, and now he does. I mean, does it make them think that they're attractive or something? Or is it some sort of fetish? Come here, darling, pull on my nose. I mean, why do you even have a ball ring? You do realize that's what a ball ring's for, right? They do realize that. That's the whole reason for they do know that, right?
You do not want me to give you information on the ball that I know about the ball ring, okay? Just don't. Honestly, trust me. Let this one drop. This is the one time I'm giving you the warning. Let this one drop.
But I'm not talking about a ball ring. I'm talking about the ball ring that's in the nose.
So am I, weirdly enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So why do people have ball rings? Is it so that they can get their partner's fingers in them so they can be pulled around the room, or?
He asked the question. Okay, he asked the question. You do know that was originally part of the slavers thing, don't you?
No, it's actually originally a part of a ball ring, which was to put around balls so they can control balls and pull them into pens. But please continue.
Yeah. No, it was also used with slavery.
Yeah. But it was originally used. You said originally used, not also.
Fair point. But then again, it's also showing a dominance and ownership thereof.
So what you're saying is the Asian is owned by her partner and the black guy is now owned by whatever that is. I mean, his partner.
I think he wants to be.
I mean, we're horrible white people. Where's our white guilt?
Yeah. Guilt. It's a 5-letter word. That's all I know.
I didn't even know it was 5 letters. Let's move on.
Go about like meeting somebody online and pursuing some shit. But when she was like, okay, we get along,
Wow, his voice went really high. I mean, I drunk a bit, but his voice went really high. Wow.
Have to play Michael Jackson in one easy lesson.
I want to so badly, but I'm not. Moving on.
I'll take the plunge.
I mean, is there?
What plunge? What plunge? What, the plunge of meeting somebody online? Like, literally, all you do online is send somebody a message. It's the easiest fucking thing that you can do online. I kind of like how she looks or how he looks. I'll send a message. You're literally trying to suggest that sending a message to somebody online is as hard as going up to somebody in a bar and going, do you want a drink? I tell you what, there's a big fucking difference. Big fucking difference.
Yes. No, I agree with you, mate. I really do.
Realizing that she's with her friends as well, and then realizing that the person that you're going up to is then going to sit down with an even bigger group, and you've literally just gone up and gone, oh, I'll get you a shot of Sambuca or whatever, and she looks at you like, why are you trying to get me drunk for? It's like, no, I was generally just trying to be nice. And generally was trying to be nice. I just drink a lot, and I just think that, a shot of Sambuca is a good way of introducing people. I should really learn that being a drunkard is not for everybody. But yeah, it's a lot harder to talk to somebody online in real life, and it's a lot harder to be able to try and just smooth up to them in real life with all of their friends and everybody else watching. Where online you can be in the middle of your room in your pajamas going, yeah, I think you look really hot, send. That's all the work that you've just done compared to getting washed, getting dressed, trying to be the best that you can possibly ever be. And still getting rejected 9 times out of 10. Or is that just me? It's probably just me.
Chance that one of you is lying about themselves?
We've spent so much time together with COVID.
Did you guys Google each other?
That's a really interesting question for today's types of people. Like, I would never have ever have thought of that being younger and when I was dating. But if you think about it, when you're 15, 16, maybe going up to your 20s or, whatever, most of your life is online now. The Facebook, Twitter, just Googling your name and tweets of the area and things like that. You can find out shit tons about people nowadays just by Googling their names. And they're, finding out where they live and whatnot if they put it up there. And that's the scary thing that I never thought I'd have to worry about when I was, dating and whatnot. That must be really worrying for people nowadays, surely. Or is it something that there's probably something they don't care about?
They don't, unfortunately. The problem is the modern attitude is it's become so atypical to do that. Just thinking it is considered a bit weird now. So technically, yes, we're weird for thinking it's weird.
But are we, though? Thinking about all of your information being put into one place where anybody in the world that knows your name and knows your area can find out everything that you put online willingly in one place. And nobody's worried about that?
Are you trying to suggest that you might be putting something online that you don't want people to know? What kind of...
everything I put online is something that I want people to know about. That's why I'm careful about what I write and what I don't write.
Yeah.
But I'm an idiot that way. Other people are not, and they generally put down what they think without filtering. I just find that very... Sorry, let me speak properly without the drunkenness in my voice. I really find that worrying for the youth that is coming up. Not necessarily this generation, but thinking how much information is in this generation now. How much will the next generation have to contend with their information being online, their lives being online? Think mums and dads, your friends, your family that are posting baby pictures, giving every step of your life or a life from birth now up to the age of 15 will be online. So in 10 years' time, your whole life could well be documented on Facebook.
That's what people are trying to do. I'm sorry to say that is what the major corporations would actually like to have happen. And I don't want to sound like one of those anti-corp types, but that is what they're going for. Really are.
You're a communist.
Well, I'm not. To be honest, communism really does not interest me in the slightest. It just seems so freaking wrong. I'm willing to accept on a lot of things, but that is one of the few that I would say no to.
See, I would say no, not to get into an idea or department of communism. I would say no, but the idea on paper, without exploring the reasons behind it, the idea is good, but the implementation just cannot fucking happen because of human nature. But besides the point on that one, notice how both of them are looking to the left corner.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. Are they? No, they're looking to the right. So that means
the left. They're left, our right.
No, remember that their pictures would be mirrored.
Possibly. Yeah.
Anyway, both of them are looking, so it looks like they're both thinking. They're both trying to remember. Anyway.
Yeah.
Is what I was trying to get at. So it doesn't look like either of them are lying.
Though
I never Googled.
Sorry, I will point out, actually, depending on which way they are looking, it's whether or not they're if you look one direction to remember and you look in the other direction to falsify information. Just letting you know, part of body language.
Yeah, no, I know that. That's why I brought it up. I just can't remember if it's I believe if it's looking to your left, that's your logical brain. So I believe if you're looking to your left, you're trying to remember, and if you're looking to your right, that's your subconscious type of brain. So you're trying to fabricate something. But I could be wrong. Can't be asked on that one either.
Yeah.
Have you guys Googled each?
I mean, I know that you're literally called cut, But I mean, fuck me. Let's just go back a bit and see if we can find out what was said.
COVID.
Did you guys Google each other?
I never Googled.
Have you guys Googled?
She's lied. She lied.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. You notice that?
The reason why I'm pretty sure, now I can't be definitive, and it's only my opinion, but the reason why I would say, in my opinion, she lied, is not necessarily how she looked and where she looked and so on and so forth, though if I could be bothered to work out what way she was looking, I could probably work it out. It was the way that she answered going, no, I never Googled. I Facebooked, but I never Googled.
Yeah.
You know, the idea of plausible deniability. It's a case
Yeah.
of, no, I never Googled. But, you know, I did some Facebook checking. I did some Twitter checking. But you said Googled. I never Googled. Ha! I mean, that's just my opinion. But, yeah. Do you think I'm right or wrong on that one?
Actually, I completely agree with you, though. And here we go for sounding old, but in our time, equally, we would have spoke to our friends, got our friends to speak to their friends. So the difference being is that everything's going online just makes it easier to do.
Yeah, no, I kind of see where you're going with that one. We would always ask for information about who, what, where, and how.
Yep.
I get that. I get that.
Googled each other?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
She does not look chuffed, does she?
I mean, she's just about to answer the question, and he's just like, yeah, yeah. Just like, okay, dude. I mean, you didn't need to go that far into it. You didn't need to come on her face while you said yes. You just didn't. Just calm. Just go, well, yeah, you know, I wanted to make sure something happened, or, you know, I wanted to find out what was going on. Not, did you Google her? Oh, yeah. I mean, come on, dude. Where's your fucking self-respect?
Honestly, just take the picture that you see for her right now. You honestly can imagine she is definitely going to say something less than polite, or at least she's seriously considering it. Even if she doesn't say
no. She's going to say no. Because they look like they're both going to answer at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's come out and said yes straight away. And I guarantee you she's just about to come out and say no, or just was about to say no and is going to stop before she finishes.
I'll accept that.
You Googled me?
See?
Yep.
See? He's just sitting there like a little fucking child, a 9-year-old going, yeah, I Googled you, I found everything out. Yeah. Oh, that doesn't look like it's going to go very well. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no.
Yes, I went through all your social medias. I've looked at all your interactions. Not that I'm crazy, but I had to like make sure I knew.
If you had any chance of getting your dick wet, mate, you fucking just lost it. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? I'm not some fucking sort of player. I'm not good with women and so forth. I'm fucking lucky that I have my misses and whatnot. I'm really lucky on that side of things. But even I know you don't go, yeah, I just try to find everything out about you. Yeah, you're not getting your dick wet, son. It's just not going to fucking happen. She's just going to go, well, you seem crazy. You seem weird. I mean, I may have done the same thing, but I'm not going to fucking tell you about it. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, he's probably a really nice guy as well. Thinking about it, he's just a naive guy. He's just like, yeah, I'm just going to tell the truth. Yeah, I mean, I'm honest. It's like, you know, there's a reason why when your wife or your partner says, does my butt look big in this? And it does, you go, no. It's called keeping peace. White lies that keep the peace, right? At this point, that white lie is supposed to be, nah, I don't know, fuck all. Well, you know, I just took you at face value because I'm interested in you. That's it. That's all you have to do, and that's coming from an old bloke, right? That's all you have to do. I mean, am I wrong in that one, Quinn? I mean, you've got a bit more of an active love life than what I have. So,
truth is, she's currently hiding how she feels because she's live on screen. So I bet you off screen those two had a long conversation.
I don't think it was a long one, mate. I don't think it was a long. I don't think it was a long conversation. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But yeah, I get what you're saying, mate. If you want to continue, please do.
Oh, seriously, dude. It just, you can see her expression, his expression. They are totally different. She may be smiling, but her eyes are not smiling. Okay.
Her eyes look like she's going to kill him. Like, generally, if you were to cover up her face, like where she's smiling, and you looked at her eyes, she looks angry as fuck.
Yeah, that's actually fair. If you saw that, you would seriously think twice about, telling her anything. Oh, no, that's right. He looked her up, so now she's going to look him up. How safe is he feeling at this moment?
I mean, she's not. Let's be honest. She's not going to look him up because she doesn't have to. She's now upset with him. She doesn't have to.
True.
What I was getting into?
Do it right now. Google each other.
Oh no.
Why would you do that? Cut. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you force people to Google each other? I don't get that. Yeah. To be fair, like, because there's so many people that actually have my actual name, most of them living in America. Woo-hoo. I don't really have too much to worry about. There's like over 2,000 people with my name, like the exact spelling as well, not similar, the exact spelling.
Yeah.
So I'm okay. But I mean, she looks proper like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But he's like, yeah, I'm gonna find out if you got any good pictures. Like, you can tell the thought process, right? I hope that, like, he's like, oh, I hope she's a model. I hope she's done this. I hope she's done that. And she's just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want him to know all of my past. Don't want him to know about my boyfriends or the crazy stuff that I've done in the past. Fuck off.
Yeah. I completely agree. That does actually describe their facial expressions at this exact moment. Because full damn well he is typing.
Oh yeah, he's looking. He's like, I hope she's a model. I hope she's a model. Like, I hope she's a porn star. Fuck me. If that happened, I don't even have to fucking meet her anymore. It's like, dude, like, calm down, right? This doing these types of shows is never good for relationships. It really isn't. And just the fact that you've just met you haven't even met the person, and they're like, yeah, Google him now. Me myself, I would have just gone, nah, I'm all right. If she wants to tell me about herself, then she can tell me about herself. If not, I'll wait for her until she's ready. I'm not going to go behind her back to find out stuff that she doesn't want me to know yet.
Actually, I agree. But
well, that's the thing. You wouldn't want her to know anything about you without you divulging it first. So why is she any different?
Yeah.
Carrying on after that little nugget of wisdom that somehow I know. I have no idea how I know it, but I know it.
Video.
Oh.
What video? What video now?
Like, make sure I knew what I was getting into.
Do it right now. Google each other.
Oh no.
A twerk video.
I know it's not porn. But it's close, right?
It's gotta be just the expressions. He looks
well,
too
you know
happy.
What he said?
Too horrified.
Did you hear Did you hear what he said?
Go on.
It was a twerk video that he found.
Oh. Okay. That explains her face so very, very well.
I mean, I there's so many things I want to say about that face, but I don't know how old she is. Moving on.
Ooh, play the twerk video. We'll capture it later.
It's not quality twerk.
All right, we're done.
Oh dear.
Oh,
That's not something that you go out of your way to say. Nah, it's not quality twerk. Now, even if it isn't quality twerk, that means that you've just let her know that you go around watching twerk videos.
yeah.
That's like going around to people in a pub going, I watch porn. I watch porn. I watch porn. I mean, I do, but they're literally going around and having one of those as the first part of the conversation that you just had with somebody you've never met. Probably something you don't want to tell them.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's not good quality twerk video. Not good quality twerk video. Even if it isn't.
Apart from that, you lie about how well she's doing anyway, didn't you?
I mean, me personally, I just wouldn't have said nothing.
Dude.
If I was to say something,
twerk videos.
If I was to say something, it would only been to the lines of saying, "Do you want to practice your twerking on me?"
Nice.
That's it. That's all I would have said.
Yeah.
But again, I don't have any idea how to do any of this.
I think I've developed a good game there.
Yeah, that's not bad. Carrying on.
Definitely gonna put that in this video.
Oh no!
You're a new couple.
I mean, again, I don't know how old she is, but she's gone well up in my esteem. She has a whole Naruto costume.
Oh,
yeah, I'm there. I'm there. I'm right there. But anyway, carrying on with the Asian that has the bull nose and the other one that was like, oh yeah, I'm chasing the one that got away. But yes, carrying on. You can tell as well in his face, he's like, I've got two girls that I'm talking to about their relationship. I hope they get it on.
Yeah.
Paul, I'm going to put you to the ultimate test, okay? Ask Aaliyah this question.
What's my full name and birthday?
Your name is Michelle, no middle name, and your birthday is August 18th. Is that right?
Middle name? What? Tattooed on my chest.
You think I was gonna try to pronounce that?
So what's your?
Oh dear.
Don't.
Oh dear. You think I'm going to pronounce your middle name? I'm not going to take the time as being your partner that I'm not going to learn how to pronounce your middle name? Fuck you. Why would I want to pronounce your middle name for? It's not like it's your name or anything.
Hey, at least she didn't say for her name, bitch.
I mean, she probably would have got better with it. At least she could have laughed about it, all right? The fact that you say that you don't know when it's tattooed on your fucking chest.
Yeah.
I mean, surely in passing, right, you would have probably looked at her Instagram, her, where was it that they said that they met? Tinder. You would have looked at some of her pictures in a bikini on Tinder and whatnot, and you would have seen that tattoo. Surely you would have asked what that tattoo means, right?
Yeah.
And then you can't remember what her middle name is. I'm just saying, right? I mean, men and women, yeah, we have so much that we need to learn about somebody else to be a partner with. Not somebody that we need to have a one-night stand with. Somebody that we need to be a partner with. We have so much that we need to learn and remember. And let's just say that she failed at hurdle 1 at that point. She forgot her name.
Yeah. That's classic.
Just saying. Yeah. I mean, let's go back to Google Boy, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
He shall forever now be known as Google Boy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's work this out now.
Full name.
Yeah. Let's work this out now, yeah? I've only Googled you a couple of times, yeah? But let's work it out. I'm just saying, right? This is Google Boy that's been asked the same question. What's her name and her date of birth?
Yeah.
This is Google Boy. The one that admitted that he looked up her, right? So what did he actually look up? Her information or her twerk videos? I have an idea. It's probably the latter. But let's find out.
Valerie Michelle. Middle name Michelle.
Valerie Michelle.
And your birthday is
Oh no.
Yeah, he fucked up. Yeah, Google Boy did well because he Googled it. But yeah, Google Boy that looked at actual twerk videos, I didn't even know her birth date. Probably not a good thing. I see your twerk video in your Naruto costume. Your birthday. Now, I didn't bother looking. You look old enough, right? I mean, that's it, right? That's what's happened here. Am I wrong?
God. No, that's
Am I wrong? That definitely happened here, right? I can see you had a twerk video. Must be old enough. I'll be back in a minute. Bye, guys.
I'm bad at that. Like March.
I'm surprised you don't know though. I was literally talking to you during my birthday.
Oh dear. For anybody that doesn't know, that's never been in. Yeah. For anybody that doesn't know that's been in a relationship, this is the type of lines that comes. But I was dropping subtle hints on my birthday that it was my birthday, so you would say it's my birthday, and you told me it's my birthday, and you remembered it. So why can't you remember it now? Yeah. By the way, that's literally exactly what I'm talking about and what I mean. That's the actual process. Am I wrong in that one, Quinn?
No. I'm sorry. It's just I'm absolutely stunned. Let's put it this way, okay? If those two actually stay together, I will be surprised. Okay? I really will.
It depends on how. Oh no, they haven't met. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're about
never mind.
Well, aren't you? Wasn't you really? Because
I was going to say depends on how good he is. I was going to say how good he is, but you could interpret that as size or pounding or whatever. But yeah, it depends on how good he is. But they haven't met, so yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
There's no incentive. Let's see what happens. Let's see if because by the looks of his face, he kind of realizes that he's been defeated. It's kind of like shit, son. Shit. Yeah.
Yes, I've been dying to ask him this question.
This is going to be interesting.
Oh.
I'm going to go with him 0. I'm going to go with him 0.
Let's be fair, and I mean this with no detriment towards anybody. I actually think he might ask, does he means a group or gender specific? If you know what I'm saying. Take a look at him and tell me you don't think the same.
I know what you're saying, but
he does.
I'm still going to say 0. I'm still going to say 0.
Yeah.
Let's see. I understand exactly where you're coming from. Well, he does.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that let slip. Yes, that will do. That let slip what we meant.
How many people have you slept with?
I'm not answering this question.
Right. I'm not that I am going to, because once you say things on the internet, it's always there, and that's between me and the missus or whatever.
Yeah.
But if my missus actually wanted to ask me that, I would quite openly admit to how many people I've slept with. Simply because even if I was an absolute slut, I'm not. But even if I was, it wouldn't really matter, right? Because she's not going to be any sort of angel either most of the time. So why does it matter? You're going to find out how many exes you've had anyway, because if you're going to stay together, because remember, this isn't a a one-night stand. This is supposed to be a couple that have never met that talk to each other about things. So they're planning on staying together. Yes, I know it's long distance, and you can have your instances on that take any way in which way you want to, but it's supposed to be a couple. So why wouldn't you answer that if you're talking to your couple?
Fair. Unless, of course, you're actually saying that you're heading towards the triple digits. At that point, it doesn't really matter which.
Then you'd be proud of it. He's made rookie mistakes. I guarantee you it's 0. The reason why I guarantee it's 0 is because of the gamer chair that's behind him, the way that his mannerisms are, the way that he Googled her because he was obsessed with her, where nobody else really did, apart from the other guy that did the twerk video. But that seemed more to do with personal gratification than it did with, information. Where his was more to do with information. So he's generally infatuated. So to me, it seems that if I was to describe him, which he's not, but he seems to be more of a, let's say, an uncomfortable simp. Now, I'm not saying that he is an actual simp, but he kind of fits that mold.
Fair.
Not. Yeah. I'm not.
So don't ask me.
When do you find the time to masturbate during quarantine? Where do you do?
I mean, what?
No, I'm sorry. If that came up, there's only one thing to say. I'm doing it now.
I mean, the easiest way to answer this, ladies and gentlemen, is by looking her straight in the face and, as Jensen Quinn says, every time we talk.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
I guess after we talk on some nights.
I mean, I know that that's kind of really uncomfortable, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's really fucking gimpish. But let's be honest, if you're in a long distance relationship and you just talk to your idea of a girlfriend, that's when you're going to do it, right?
If you're really, really stupid, stupid, you turn around to her and say, well, usually every time I spoke to your mum.
Yeah, but remember, this is the idea of trying to stay with her, right?
Oh, have I been getting it wrong? Okay. All right, I see where I'm getting it wrong now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's cool. But, yeah, I mean, if you're honest, that's when you're going to do it. But should you be honest on a show like this? Probably not. Probably not. Let's be honest. If I was generally talking to my missus on a long distance relationship, yeah, it would be after I've talked to my missus. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to not have any visual aids or anything, that type of situation. But, you're going to be horny afterwards. So you're going to do it after that, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if she answers it.
You won't do it when I'm on the phone.
When do you?
Wait, what?
Some nights.
He won't do it when I'm on the phone.
When do you?
Wow. That sounds like they have a really healthy relationship. For anybody that missed it, she said, but you won't do it when we're on the phone. Now, maybe I'm a little bit older than some of you, and maybe I'm wrong on this one. Maybe Jensen Quinn can point me into a direction if I'm wrong or right on this one. But if a lady suggests something, they normally don't want to come out and state that's what they want. They hint at it.
Yeah.
So if they suggest that they want that to happen, even in passing, that's actually what they want to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not just me. I'm cool with that.
No. That's a perfectly valid way to look at things. I actually agree with you completely there.
For anybody that is a female that is in my chat, so probably nobody, if you do want to tell me I'm wrong or give us any sort of information on that one, then fair enough. Then just let us know. Yeah, we're going to carry on and finish this off. I know that we're tailing off on the numbers at the minute, but we're just going to finish this off and then we're going to get on and finish for the Happy New Year.
Do you find time to masturbate during quarantine? Where do you do it? I'm way worse than you.
You masturbate more than
Often. Way more.
I mean, that's creepy. I mean, think of it this way, right? You just sat down, you've had somebody that's asking you questions about your relationship, and then somebody's like, so you do it more than he does, right? You masturbate more than him? Interesting. I mean, I'm trying to do it as straight face as I can, but I can't because I know how creepy it fucking sounds.
Yeah. Just look at the dude's face. I'm sorry. I'm doing this based on facial expressions, and that is a man who is not happy with the information he's just received. Look at him.
Yeah, but is he not happy because he knows that she's a nympho, and he wants to get at that and he can't?
No. That's someone who's thinking, "Oh God, what have I done?" Look at the face. Can you?
Yeah,
It
looks like frustration to me, though. That's the thing. It looks like frustration. Like, yeah, I really want to bone that, but I can't.
I'm not saying that he doesn't want to. I'm just saying he's uncomfortable finding out that she flicks the bean more than he does.
I mean, there's so much I could say to that.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what I said.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was going to say stuff, but play.
More than him.
Like you have a problem?
I may have a problem.
When do you think we'll have sex?
First day we meet. Absolutely.
When do you want it?
I think that deserves something.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a guy that Googled her, that she seems really interested in him as well, right? And she's like, yeah, when do you want it? Like, let me put it in this way, right? It's literally a porno scene. When do you want it, Big Daddy? When do you want it? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to drink because I'm not going to tell you.
You don't get to play shy in this situation. I'm sorry. No.
No, the woman wants to fucking hear you say, as soon as I see you, I'm going to ravage you. Now, that's not to say to any feminist out there that, that means that he's going to do that regardless and he's going to rape her and whatnot. No, it's to say that, look, I've been waiting so long to be able to see you. I think you're so beautiful. We're so with each other. I really like you. I really want to be with you. And when I see you, I'm just going to, rip your clothes off and we're going to have a great time because we both want it. But he's like, no, gonna drink. Sorry.
You're right. That's the problem.
Well, the sad thing is, look, you look at his face as he's drinking. He's like, I should really answer this. He can even think it in his face. Yes, that makes sense. I'm drunk, but that makes sense. He can think it in his face.
You are correct. She obviously wants something, and I think he wants to try and act shy, but unfortunately he's coming across, to put it bluntly, and I mean this in all detrimental terms, he's coming across as a weeb, but without any of the good parts that make a weeb.
No, completely not with you.
Right.
I'm completely not with you. Like, I am for all women empowerment. I'm not, when I say this, I'm not trying to say that the woman doesn't want any power or anything else of that and wants to be led or anything else of that. The thing is, with women empowerment, she's literally just led him to give her the answer she wants. Yeah, when do you want it? That's her taking control and saying, look, yeah, I want it too. So when do you want it? That's her hinting at the fact of she's interested. So when do you want to take control of this situation, right? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
Most women, this isn't for all women, and I'm not some fucking guru, and I don't pretend that I am. But most women that I've met, even when they want to take control, and by all means, as a man, I love it when a woman wants to take control. I think it's fucking sexy as fuck. But at the same time, a woman also, when she's in that position and goes, yeah, when do you want to take me? She's inviting you to take control. Now, that's a very big step for any sort of person in any sort of relationship to pick up on. But she's literally inviting you to go, yeah, I want you now, or whatever. And he's like, no, I'm not going to answer that. That just shows that he isn't ready. And for a girl, that will turn her off. Again, I am not no fucking sexual guru, and I don't claim to be. But let's see her face at the minute. She said it. She's waiting for him to say it, and he's just said, I'm not going to say it, and she's still got a half smile on her face. If it sticks long enough, let's see where her face goes to after he says he's not going to answer it.
I think that means.
Oh. I hate you, Cut.
Yeah, but you could see with the way her face was going, though, couldn't you? You saw the smile start to droop. And
sorry. More alcohol.
Goodbye to your liver. Give it a wave as it's running out the door.
It's gone. 4. But I mean, Jensen Quinn's absolutely right on that point. I'm pretty sure, again, no sexual guru, I never claimed to be, and I never will be either. I'm just some bloke on the fucking internet that's in his corner. But I guarantee you that she would have had a face, even if it slipped for a second, that would have been disappointed.
Yeah.
Because she would have wanted him, even if she didn't want him to take control, she would have wanted him to say, yeah, I'm infatuated with her so much that I can't wait until I see her because I want to do stuff with her. Just think about that for a second. That you literally love that person or like that person so much that when you meet them, you're going to ravage them. To most people, after being with them for a while, not just, in the street, but after you've been with them for a while on the internet and whatnot, that's going to be a case of you really have that connection with that person that's going to make them think that they love you. They fancy you. They think that you're beautiful, that they're special. And he's just come out and gone, yeah, I'm not going to tell you. Oh. There's no hope for some people. There really ain't. I'm sorry to say. There really ain't no hope for some people.
Now.
Ooh, when do you think we'll have sex?
Well, shit, as soon as the apocalypse stop happening outside and I get to see all that.
Next.
All right.
Yeah, see?
That's
see
the
difference.
other.
No, that's exactly it. See the difference.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I absolutely with you on that one. But do you see the difference? She's like, yep. I mean, I'm going to be coy about it, but I'm so glad that he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
See the difference? She's happy. Like, she's covering her face, not just because she's smiling and trying to laugh it off, but she's happy because he is so, let's say, infatuated with her that he's willing to say, yeah, straight away. Soon as I can get out of the house, bang, I'm there. I'm going to bust a nut, so to speak. And she's like, well, I can't let people know that I'm so interested, but oh yeah, that just move on. But I mean, I can't help it, but I really think he's really pervy. He's really weird,
isn't he? Though.
I mean, I do get it that he's only there for the interview. I do get it. That he's only we're only getting snippets and things like that, but he does really seem weird. But
have you guys seen each other naked?
Hey, yeah. She's seen my dick more times than me this week.
Oh dear. I mean, great for him and great for her, but she's like, stop. Stop.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, stop. This is the opposite. This is a case of going a bit too far.
Oh my god. Would you consider having virtual sex with me? If yes, how would you do it?
Why would you drink? I don't get that. Why would you? Like, you're in a couple situation, right? And the question is, would you have virtual sex with me? I'll be honest with you. I lost my virtual sex virginity when I was about 13, 14. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know who the fuck she was, or even if he or she was who they said they were, but fuck me, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. It's just, again, okay, I'm just going to go to facial expressions. But your woman with the pink hair, no. Okay, something is not right with this one. You can see
she doesn't know her name.
No.
Well, I'm being a bit facetious, but that's honestly true. She doesn't even know her middle name, so she's not that attracted to her. She's just the one who got away.
Yeah. That's fair.
Anyway, sorry, mate. Carry on, because I didn't want to cut you off.
No. Seriously, that was all I need to say. Just look at her face. There's nothing else.
Do you think that she looks like Jacqueline Glenn? Not like that.
You know that.
Maybe like that. Do you think she looks a bit like Jacqueline Glenn?
Yes, how would you do it? You know the answer, but
Yes, I would 100% want.
Oh god.
So
Yeah.
she drinks and goes, "Yeah, but you know my answer."
Yeah. That's
why
not.
did you drink that?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I don't get me wrong. I don't fancy this girl. I don't like. She's not my type. A girl type of thing. I don't like her nose, for instance. But that's just me. But I really like how forward she is, and she seems to be able to communicate with normal men what she wants.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that in a woman. Like, if you tell me what you want, I can accommodate. If I've got a guess, I don't have a fucking clue. Because, I'm a fucking man and I'm fucking stupid. And I don't mind admitting that.
Men need to spend more points in their psychic skills. That's all I'm saying.
Interpretation skill, yes. No, I'm with you on that one. Yes. Mind reading skill is a must.
I've actually said that more than once. I'm not going to say the response, but it hurt.
To be fair, I completely and utterly fucking agree with you. We do need more mind reading capabilities.
Yeah.
But women also need to have more honesty in their skill tree maxed out as well.
Yeah.
If you tell me what the fuck you want, I can accommodate. If you don't tell me, I don't have a fucking clue.
I don't know what's wrong with you. Why don't you tell me? There's nothing wrong with me.
So why have you got a knife in your hand?
That's the words from a man who knows exactly what I'm talking about. Sorry, dude. You really do. Oh dear.
To see that.
So all right, so let's have the phone here.
I want you to get.
See, she's into it. He's taking a piss. She's into it, but he's like actually generally taking the piss. Because he's like, all right, well, what? You know when that child comes around and goes, and you say to the child, right, you need to be able to do this. And he's like, all right, so you want me to do this? You want me to do that? Oh, you want me to do it like this? He's literally, he's doing that.
Yeah.
Right. Let's just rewind that back a little bit and see if you pick up what I'm saying.
I want to see that.
So all right, so let's have the phone here.
I want you to get comfortable first, and then put the angle a little bit up.
Okay. So you want like an angle? All right. That makes sense. This is mental notes here. We're learning something.
Do you do stuff on camera for him?
Yeah, I do. It's because I'm trying to get him to do something on camera.
I think it's time for some vodka right now. Cheers.
Ow.
Are you worried that we won't have any sexual chemistry when we meet?
I will rewind it a little bit so we get to the next bit, because I think the next bit's between them two is going to be really interesting. But notice how open she was to her. She's like, yeah, no, I've done stuff on camera, but I want him to do stuff on camera. Now, I can understand the hesitation of wanting to do stuff on camera. I can understand that hesitation. Like, you don't know who's recording, you don't know if it's going to be distributed or things like that, right? I get it. But if she's doing stuff for you and, you know, you're getting off on it and whatnot, then as a couple, why aren't you doing it with her? Like, if she's recording, she's going to be recording both screens, right? So she's going to be doing herself as well as you. So if she distributes that stuff, then it's going to have her in the picture with you. So there can't be any sort of repercussions, so to speak, if she doesn't want to do herself, if you know what I mean. If she doesn't want to show herself, then there's going to be no repercussion.
Yeah.
But more importantly, if she's showing herself, do you not think that that's already stepped to the point of she trusts you enough?
You'd think that,
to
wouldn't
be able
you?
to do stuff for, but you don't trust her enough. Because that's where we are at the minute. She trusts you enough to show herself to you, so to speak, but you don't trust her enough. Interesting that. You wouldn't have thought that in nowadays, where the woman would be the one that is more interested in showing herself as is compared to the bloke, and the bloke isn't prepared enough to show himself to her. I just find that really interesting. It's a juxtaposition.
Yeah. Things have changed. I mean, to be completely honest, there's a whole series of conversations based on men and women as overall nowadays. Men have changed to, a lot closer towards women, and women have changed a lot closer to men than people are willing to admit. Now, a lot of it, I think, is because one is being forced to change and the other is moving to take that position. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. I do get what you're saying, but I would say that there is a difference. There's a lot of men that probably like me and yourself that have been, should we say, woken? I don't mind using that word as woken, to the point of the sexuality of women, so to speak, and the way of them being able to express themselves. And I think that in my time and maybe in your time, it wasn't so talked about, and I'm really happy that it's been able to be more expressed.
Yeah.
But it comes to a point now when you're somebody like him, where now I'm going to say this openly and honestly, she's kind of fit. If she's flicking her bean at me and I'm single, you know, I'm going to get the purple-headed bandit out. I'm just gonna. But he's more of a case of I don't trust her enough to even do that on camera. He openly admits that he does it afterwards.
Yeah.
Right? But he won't do it with her, as she admits that she does it for him. And remember beforehand, she's like, I want him to get stuff on camera.
True.
So she's trying to get that virtual sex going, so to speak.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm just going to drink. I just find it interesting. I just really find it interesting. And again, she's not a bad looking girl, right? So why isn't there somebody around in her area where she can get what she obviously wants off of somebody? Now, I'm not saying that, she should go and cheat on him or whatnot, but she's obviously not getting what she wants off of him.
Agreed.
Right, we don't have too much longer, so I'm going to play another couple of minutes, and then when we get to 10-2, I'm going to start winding up the stream, because I want to spend it with my missus, because obviously she's important to me, and I'm sure that you want to do the same sort of stuff.
Yeah, I completely understand. So go on.
Oh. Are you worried that we won't have any sexual chemistry when we meet in person?
No, because I did our full star chart, and astrology says that we're extremely sexually compatible.
Go on. You know you want to. Just do it.
For a start, she will not have or show herself sexually to her on camera, which is why she was drinking. She will not state that when she sees her that she wants to have sex with her on camera, hence why she drunk. But she will say that yes, when we meet each other, we definitely will have this sexual chemistry. But I just don't want to say it on camera. Before we even go into, oh, I'm so fucking happy because the stars that are aligned are going to tell me that me and you are going to have this amazing sex, even though I can't remember your middle name, even though it's tattooed on your tits.
Don't go saying that. It's not her fault.
I mean, all I've got to say that every time that I want to remember your name, I'm just going to go.
That could be the plan. I mean, we don't know. Maybe that's why she did it. Exactly. I knew you had something to say. The moment they mentioned the astrology, though, it was just like, yeah, go on, this is all yours.
I mean, anybody that bases their relationship on the idea of astrology is going to tell them who and what somebody is a fucking idiot. You have to actually listen to what the person says, what the person does, and how they act.
Yeah.
You can't go on going, well, you're a Capricorn and I'm a Taurus. We can't really get on because our personalities clash. Bitch, do you even know what my personality is? Because all you're doing at the minute is making assumptions. And I will use the old adjective. If you make an assumption, all you're doing is making an ass out of you and me.
Mm-hmm.
Fucker. I really hate astrology. Like, I understand that some people base their life around it and won't do anything with it. And sure, that's a belief system and you're more than welcome to it. But when it comes to deciding what your future is with humans, try and get to know the person first before you go, well, our stars aren't aligned, so it's not going to work. Try it. See if it does. If it doesn't, then, maybe the astrology is right. But if it does it matter if the astrology is wrong if you're happy?
And this is why I just turned around and said, all yours, mate, because I know you have an opinion.
I hate astrology. Moving on. I could literally do a fucking whole stream on astrology without any backup or any person with me for a fucking hour. I hate astrology.
Well, I'm gonna roll with that.
How have your parents responded to this?
My mom thinks that Aaliyah's brainwashing me, and it's not great. So
I actually really dislike this. The reason why I dislike this is because of obviously cultural differences.
Yeah.
And I think it's very, very telling that when we talk about the idea of LGBT and things like that, most people that are against it are not necessarily against the people finding love and enjoying themselves and, being human and so on and so forth. They're against the movement, the political struggles, and the forcing of political views. So there's a massive differential in the idea of, do you support LGBT as a political movement compared to you support people that are LGBTQ? I think that's a very different topic, and most people always will support people that are. Now, there are variants, obviously, but most will. And with this, it seems to think that the cultural differences are, yeah, well, it's just a phase type thing. My mum doesn't understand what's going on. And I find that kind of sad. That even when you do come out to like your parents, the people that are supposed to love and support you the most, kind of in this instance, just like, yeah, she's brainwashing you. You're not really that way. Kind of like disbelieving who you are. Can you imagine your mum and dad going, yeah, you're not Jensen Quinn, you're not Ginger, you don't love who you love, and so on and so forth? Because that's kind of what's happening to the Asian girl in this instant.
Yeah. I agree with you, man.
I'm sorry.
That just watch him.
Roll with that.
have your parents responded to this?
My mom thinks that Aaliyah's brainwashing me, and it's not great. So
I'm sorry.
Is it just me?
Mm.
Is it just me? Or is it that fucking weird kind of, oh, I'm really sorry. Can we move on now? I don't really give a shit.
Wasn't it? I'm glad you saw it as well.
I generally hate people like him. Not because he's kind of pretty, not because he's not doing the interview, he's probably successful and that type of stuff. He just feigns that type of interest. It's like, no, yeah. Oh well. So, next question.
I'm asking you questions. I'm not trying to find out about you.
I don't even think it's that. It's more of a case of I've asked the questions. I don't give a shit. Like, when I generally ask questions of people, regardless of if, like, I generally have a disdain for people that are able to let themselves believe in religion. But that doesn't mean I have a disdain for the person I'm talking to. They generally believe what they believe, and I understand that. I dislike the fact that they let themselves believe in it, but that I can separate that. Where he just comes out as being, "Aw, mommy and daddy don't love you. Aw, bye-bye."
Yeah. I'm trying not to laugh, but it's true.
It's supposed to be employed by Cut, by the way. This is the person that's employed by Cut to do the interviews. That's just kind of like, "Oh, sorry about that. Aw." Can you imagine if this was a right winger that conducted this interview with two lesbians, and how it would have been switched on that singular point?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. They would have quite literally crucified him.
Right. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, as much as I really want to get through the rest of this, and we only have one person that's watching, which is probably me anyway, I am going to end this stream because, as I said, I want to spend some time with the missus before the new year and on the new year. But I am really grateful for everybody that spent the time with us. I am very grateful for Jensen Quinn spending the time with me on this New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, and I appreciate everybody that ever comes to the channel that supports me in every new way that they can and have done. Especially you, Jensen, because you've always been there regardless of what's happened in the past and so on and so forth. And I appreciate that. You've always been able to come on whenever I've asked, regardless of when I've asked. You've generally come on and go, "Oh, I'll give it a go."
Yeah. That's the best I can ever say is I'll try, mate. I mean, what I say is anyone's guess, but I'll try.
But that's why we love you, all right?
Look, go spend time with your missus. Just do me one small favour. Promise you won't listen to the things that were said while you was offline, okay?
Oh.
No,
I probably won't anyway, because I generally don't listen back to the streams that I do anyway, because I'm not that narcissistic. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
But yeah, I just wanted to wish everybody a happy new year. I know that politically everything hasn't been necessarily the way that we want it, especially with the American side of things, and I get that. Just remember, for everybody, and this goes for myself as well and for everybody else, when you make a claim, you have to back that claim up with evidence. So when evidence is put forward and other people push that evidence aside by their own evidence of why that yours necessarily isn't correct, so to speak, don't just say but actually provide some evidence for your reasoning, and then more people will actually follow you and actually stick with what's going on. The only other thing I will say on that is I will be back next year. I am going to focus more on doing religion. I'm going to focus more on finding out what makes people tick, focusing more on that type of situation. I will still do politics, but I will probably do more to do with social commentary and more videos like The Cut and things like that. Simply because it takes too much fucking effort for myself to do political videos and put as many citations as I fucking do in my videos. If I was somebody like Sargon that didn't give a shit about what I actually say, then sure, I would probably carry on doing politics. But I like to back up what I've said with my claims, with evidence. And it takes too long to be able to do that nowadays. So I'd rather just do social commentary, back up those type of small claims and get on with it. But Jensen Quinn, do you have anything else that you would like to say? Anything to do with Mad Dog Productions and what's going on over there? And
I'm now in charge. If you want to ever communicate, we're on Discord. I'm sure that you'll be able to find me if you try hard enough. But the only thing I have to say is Happy New Year to everyone and go get drunk. You look after your geezer. Speak to you later, man.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Speak to you all again real soon. And I really enjoyed speaking to you all again. I'm going to try and make this a weekly thing. But if it's not a weekly thing, it will be a once a month thing where I just shoot the shit with a couple of people and just have a general laugh with people rather than focusing on all the politics and whatnot. So if you do have any sort of topics or if you want to come on and just have a proper chinwag, then be my guest, get in contact with me on Twitter or join a Discord, and I'll see you all again real soon. So bye-bye for now.